these angry, mad, opportunistic, lying Black women.
Because there are a lot of people in this country who do not like Black women, but Black women are the base of the Democratic Party.
But Black power starts with Black women. It just does.
We are absolutely winning right now. Absolutely. We have done more than change the conversation. We changed the balance of power in the federal government.
A lot of women will never admit this, but the reason that so many relationships don't work is because we as women make things 10 times more difficult than they have to be. Let me explain. Because when you really think about it, the men that are willing to do the most and compromise the most and be the prize that women are looking for are the men that women don't want. And that's just for starters. Not only that, how many times as a man have you went to apologize to a woman, your wife, your girlfriend, your sister, and she didn't accept your apology because you didn't say it the right way? How many times have you tried to plan a date, but it wasn't the exact way that it went in her head, so she fights with you on the way home? How many times do you hear women say, "Oh, I don't want to have to tell him to go get me flowers. I want him to just know. I don't want to have to tell him why I feel upset or why I'm in a bad mood. He should just automatically cater to my emotions and fix it." Most women have this delusional reality that if a man has to jump through hoops for her or have all these obstacles to get her, then that somehow raises her value, which in turn has the exact opposite effect. Perfect example of this is women that say, "Oh, if you don't like me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best." You're literally giving men ultimatums before you even meet them when you have that in your profile or your bio, or you preach that all over the internet. Again, as if men jumping through hoops raises your value and you don't see that as difficult or complicated. Another perfect example of this is how so many men will step up and help around the house and do chores and do all the things that women are asking for, make the bed, fold the towels, do the laundry, do the household labor that women are crying about. But guess what? If he doesn't fold the towels correctly or put the dishes away exactly how she would do it, she's still upset. Another perfect example of how difficult women make relationships is men will communicate point blank, "I'm not looking for a relationship. I just want something casual." And then women hear whatever they want to hear. And somehow she finds that as a challenge. So now she's chasing a man that has already communicated that he wants something casual. And then when he reiterates that he doesn't want a relationship, now he's a piece of shit and he just used her. Men are simple creatures. You could give them a beer, a chair, and an Xbox, and they'll be happy as can be. Whereas women want the house, want the car, want the bigger neighborhood, want more money. They want more and more and more, and they demand it as if they are entitled to more because they're the prize. You cannot convince me that we as women don't make relationships more difficult because We do not communicate our needs, and we expect men to just read our minds. And when they don't read our minds, now we're pissed off. Okay, bye.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Hit that like button for me, guys. Mic check, mic check. Is my audio working out? We've been having this kind of rolling conversation about accountability. And really, it's mostly on these panels. It's more about panel etiquette, I guess you could say. But there's a kind of I guess maybe a larger backdrop to this whole discussion, at least in my opinion, which is I don't know that Black women are encouraged to actually have or show any respect for Black men, generally speaking. While on the other side, it is definitely encouraged by Black women and Black men for Black men to show deference and respect to Black women. Like, for example, for the last couple of days, I've seen different panels kind of having a similar conversation, reacting to a certain event where they were talking about how women are kind of protected in these allegedly male spaces, right? Because it's like a guy's show and you have other guys up there. And then when a woman comes up, it's like she gets to talk crazy and you just got to be patient and let it happen. And then when people take issue with it, you take issue with the guys who take issue with it. It's like, it's a thing that just sort of, you know, we've been talking about that kind of thing lately. The idea that you don't hold women accountable. It's certainly nowhere to the same degree that men would actually hold men accountable. For example, you guys tell me if you've ever seen this around Black YouTube. Black men will have discussions and panels and argue with one another over the appropriate treatment of a Black woman in a particular situation, right? Guys call each other simps. Guys have arguments about, oh, you just don't get no bitches. All of these things, right? I have never heard Black women on these Black YouTube streets argue with each other about how to treat Black men better. You guys tell me. I could be wrong. I don't claim to know everything. I certainly don't catch everything that drops on YouTube, but have you guys actually seen a panel of Black women arguing with each other about treating Black men better? I'll wait. I got to cue in like some Jeopardy theme music or something. Some proper thinking music, you know? When have you seen that? When have you seen, even in media, even in Fantasyland Hollywood, I don't even think we're not even at that level. Like when I say I want the type of relationship that the white man has, when I say you're going to respect me like you're going to respect the white man, or we just going to have to shift the furniture around.
I'll do whatever you want. I'll cook for you, wait on you, make love to you. I can make you happy, Josh. I can make you so happy. No. I'll do whatever you want. I'll cook for you, wait on you, make love to you. I can make you happy, Josh. I can make you so happy. No.
And keeping frame and just saying no, that's what made it all better. It just tied it together like a bow. Because you don't typically see this energy in Das Communita. You don't typically see that kind of, dare I say, stoicism. I don't even think stoicism translates into Black lingo. There is no Ebonic corollary to stoicism, right? Game doesn't really capture it. You know, frame doesn't quite capture it. You know, frame maybe comes close, but some things just don't translate well. Because the general tone in Black America is something a little bit more aggressive. Let me share a panel with you that I was on the other day. Shout out to Sharon Bracey. The SBG nigga, he back. Yeah, him back.
Yeah. Whether they worked at a bakery shop or not, they were the bakers. They knew how to do everything, create everything by hand. So I think a lot of this stuff is narrative based. It's based off marketing and advertisement. And there's really no value to it. I think when we stay to the conversation of so-called Black women being in feminism, it just is fundamentally incompetent. It doesn't make any sense. You're a 3/5 of a person. You can't talk about a patriarchy. When you walk around brown skin calling yourself Black, you don't even know your colors, let alone government. Okay, so you're one, you don't even have a nationality. So your problem, patriarchy, matriarchy, gynocracy is the least of your problem. It's foolish. It's mind-bogglingly stupid. When you have a guy named Jesse Jackson who created your African American nationality, and that idiot, never mind, that's a whole different conversation, who was the same guy that was in the documents selling out his own people. So y'all have bigger problems than be worrying about feminism. And I say this and I'm done. Feminism is like, it's equivalent to us, a Black woman saying she's oppressed or she needs extra rights. It's equivalent to all of us being in a fire and she telling us or in the world that the fire burning her more than it's burning us. Why you wouldn't make sure your child's rights is in line the way it's supposed to first is beyond me. But that speaks to the issue of us going through dehumanization and not slavery. That's the only thing I can put it in terms of finding a solution, because it really doesn't make any sense.
Go ahead, Happy.
This man just really ended on saying, so he's trying to say slavery wasn't dehumanization. How can you say that? I have no freaking clue. He just said, look, let me tell you something right now. I don't even want to embarrass y'all up here with the facts, with what is actually the truth of the fucking matter right now, because this is embarrassing as fuck. And I'm the only woman up here, and absolutely, obviously, this is why I've been being mistreated, because he could ramble on about absolute nonsense all day. That's a fact. That makes absolutely no sense. And you know what? And y'all know me. I do not get pissed off. But that shit just literally pissed me off. And I wasn't expecting that. And this is why I wish y'all would have let me talk earlier. I don't come up here to be pissed. And listen, I don't take shit, serious. But this is a serious topic because these are facts we are dealing with right now. This is the past, and this is the present.
Jesus.
You want to know the difference? The only difference here right now is the fact that he don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Let's be very fucking clear. You know what? Fuck it. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's on some other shit. He changed the whole topic of every fucking thing, and everybody want to blame the women. But first of all, if it wasn't for us women, you motherfuckers wouldn't be here. That's number one. Number motherfucking two, half y'all wouldn't be out of the fucking jail. That's number three. Number four,
wow. Jesus,
have a motherfucking job. If it wasn't for us, that's number four. This list will be 1,000 hours motherfucking long if it wasn't for Black women. This world wouldn't even fucking exist. Let's how about that? Talking about, oh, I don't know why she complaining. She ain't got no reason. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Where the fuck you come from, ho? Who asked you to be here? Don't you dare come up here with your bullshit, your foolishness ever again in your motherfucking natural born life, ho. You need a or something with your frail ass. I ain't with it. You need to be in them fucking fields. Go work a motherfucking field, then come back. Go give birth in a motherfucking field, then come back.
Is this what we're doing, Sharon?
No, fuck. Okay. It's wrong with this nigga. No, because if he could come up here and say all this about Black women, I could absolutely
I just want to get it on. I don't want no more interruptions. Just let it be.
Interrupted me to let this nigga spill all this fucking filth.
I got you, Uncle Jeff.
Disgusting shit.
We good.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Thank you.
And you know what? And on that note, I'm just going to be on mute again because.
And you notice, one, Sharon over there giggling and shit. And two, the dude speaking world class, that's the guy right here next to Uncle Jeff. He's got kind of like the frozen image up here. It's like a static image. But he actually was making an argument. He was critiquing feminism. And she just got on the mic and just was blah, 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 who blah, 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 blah.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology when my life was threatened. Thank you.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
Big Time with the 5-ball, he says, Hood, you know, since you like putting yourself through pain by going on these panels, you could always hire someone to pull off your fingernails. I could pay someone, but you know the thing is, it's just not the same when you got to pay them. You know what I mean? It's better when you're doing it for the love. And I'm in it for the love, bro. I do it strictly for the love of the game.
I'm not going tick for tack every single fucking little detail, but y'all know I can.
Okay.
I'm done. Fuck
Thank you.
all of that.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Uncle Jeff. Please just go to the points and.
Well, the main point. Here's my main point, because I don't need to make any of it. If I say something that oddly her name is Happy, but if I say something that she don't like.
Baby, stop playing.
That might happen to me
on every different kind of
real talk.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Let me get a chance to clear it up. Hold on. Let me get a chance. Happy, just because he said your name, don't.
Yeah, I am happy, but that's why I said it in my statement.
Happy. You just got a chance to
hold on a minute.
3 minutes straight, and nobody stopped you. Please.
It is crazy that her name is Happy. Like, if that is not some CIA Project Mockingbird type of shit, her name is Happy.
Please let the other person.
Right, absolutely. Go ahead.
Even if they say your name, it does not give you the right to just jump in. Please go ahead, Uncle Jeff.
I go out of my way to try, with sisters first, to be as respectful as I can. I'll disrespect the old hard leg ass dude before a sister.
Now, Uncle Jeff, I don't really get that particular energy. And I understand you come from maybe a different paradigm. You're a little bit older than the rest of us on the panel. So you probably still hold on to an image of Black America that maybe those of us younger than you don't quite hold on to. But this idea that we should automatically hold a reverence for the women and then at the same time be willing to go cutthroat against the men, I think we got to re-examine both positions, bro.
I think my track record is clear of that. What I'm saying is, are these the rules of engagement? Is it okay for somebody to disagree with what I have to say and be spoken to like that on your panel? If it is, hey man, it was great, been up here, I could bounce, because I don't want to, I ain't come up here for that.
Again, I did not disrespect you.
I'm not asking you. I don't believe you did, sister. Okay, let's talk. Let me let it, if I may, if I can talk to you.
No, because we've talked several times.
Okay, hold on. Let me hold on. Happy.
He said he wants to talk. Let him talk, but I need him to know.
Happy.
I think she was just outdoors. So.
Oh shit.
Allow it to be. Let's bring up Happy. Let's bring our energy down.
I wonder what Sharon does for a living. Because when I was sitting on this panel and I'm listening to like how he tries to manage her, I wonder, I'm like, does this nigga work with children? And like, that's not even a shot. I'm not insinuating anything untoward, but like, do you literally do you work with children all day? Because you seem like you're kind of handling her as if she were a child. And I'm just curious where you got your training.
You have to.
I think she was just talking to
The
NJ.
delay be killing me. Happy. Allow the conversation to happen without it being you have to curse back and forth. So go ahead, Happy. And Uncle Jeff said he want to have a conversation. Go ahead.
Me too.
Sis,
Say he has special needs assistant teacher. Oh shit! Let me stop.
Let me make this clear. I am very, very clear that you weren't talking about me. I know. Your response was to world class. What I'm saying is that, in my opinion, I've heard you speak before. That was beneath you. That you could have done much better than that. But that's not my question to you, because
why do you assume that's beneath her? Maybe that's her level. Maybe all the times that you saw her behaving like a normal, regular human adult, that was her aspiring. That was her reaching up. What if this is her actual comfort level right here? She just making nice so you niggas think better of her.
this isn't your show. This is Sharon's show. And I'm sure I'm going to say something you're not going to like. And if you say something I don't like and I get out of pocket, it's supposed to be on Sharon to handle that. So I can't talk to you about it. This is his show. This would be the same thing as if you was out in public with a man and you did something off color I didn't like, whether that be your son, the dude that gave you a ride. I don't get to qualify that. I also, because I'm on this panel and I'm sitting here, because, you know, when I'm on these panels, a lot of time I'll be at work too. So I got to just listen. I'm doing other stuff and I'm listening. And I'm just listening to this whole thing and I'm actually working. So I'm measuring time going by because I got stuff to do. And I'm like, bro, these niggas is chewing up a whole lot of time because of this like toddler outburst right now. So don't get to qualify to go back to word for word with you. I wouldn't do that. I would go to the man that you were with. If you weren't with a man, I would find a man responsible for the safety of the establishment. And I would talk to him about your behavior. But at no time would I engage with you because there's no win there. So I'm just saying that if that's how you gonna do, almost done, baby, almost done. I'm saying that I'm gonna say something you might not like. And I'm sincerely hoping that A, you won't do it. And B, if you do, Sharon will curb it immediately because it's out of line.
Okay, and you know what? Let me say this, right? Okay, I understand. I heard everything you said, but let's be very clear, right? Mm-hmm. I've never came out and spoke to anybody like that, for that, on a panel for that. Unless the MF naturally came at me, cursed me out, said something out of pocket, right? Mm-hmm. But because he was coming at Black women, and it is what it is. Maybe today is just not my day, but there's a first time for everything. Mm-hmm. And whether this is my last time or not, this was my first time straight up coming at somebody where they could say, oh, she came at him for nothing, whatever. But let's not act like this is something that Happy does, because this is not. And this is why I even explained it before I said what I had to say, correct? And then I was encouraged, go on, say it. And I did that. So that's what we're not going to do, Uncle Jeff. Okay? Amen? Let the church say amen, somebody.
Is it all right if I respond to that?
Absolutely, you can.
No, I'm not asking you. It's not your show. I'm asking. Bro.
Of course. Sharon. He just said it's me and you back and forth. Sharon already gave us the go. He said it's me.
We're examining attempts at female accountability here. I typically like to offer a compare and contrast. I don't like to just monologue my way through these ideas. So we'll have the contrast in a moment, but I'm winding up for the pitch.
Okay, I don't want to go too long. I don't want to.
I want to tell you something, Uncle.
Hold on, Dylan. Hold on. Go ahead, Uncle.
I think Happy is raw B, bro. I'm not positive, but I swear to God, I think that is raw B. Because I know I've heard that voice before. I've had engagements with that voice before on different panels. And, you know, it's a familiar type of cringe.
Okay. What you just did was outline why you were disrespectful. you were still disrespectful. And that's the point. And I know this is your first time, but everybody has a first time they got shot. I'm sure this is your first time. I don't know. I'm not brokering on whether it will be your last. And I certainly can't expect for you to control it with me because you just gave a reason for it. You didn't give an excuse. There's a difference between a reason and an excuse. A reason says,
Hold on, Happy. Hold on. Let him get it all out. So he let you get it all out.
No, my bad. I thought when he said that, he was done.
You don't have to say
no. I'll let you know.
Happy, you don't have to say Happy. You don't have to.
I'll let you know when I'm done. I'll let you know.
Just allow the conversation to happen.
There's
get the same grace, Happy.
There's a difference between a reason and an excuse, Happy.
All right, we got some conflicting reports in the chat. Phoenix Fish says, "No, it's not Raw B. I've seen them on panels together. I tend to lean with Truth Only. He says all T1s are the same. It's the same T1 model, probably wrapped in a different skin. It's the same T1 though.
A reason says why something happened. An excuse says why that thing is okay. And as far as I can see, you outlined why it wasn't okay.
Yeah, the dude on the bottom left looked like they got him in the basement for some dope money. They holding that nigga hostage on the panel for dope money. If you don't come up with this brick money, we're going to snatch this nigga up off this panel, and that's going to be that.
Because World Class didn't say anything to you specifically. And then you went on to say that we kind of won some lottery because today is not your day. And that's why you did what you did, which means that according to a particular lottery I don't know about that's going on, or by some random act this has happened now, but by not acknowledging the fact that it did happen and trying to explain why puts me in the same place with I can't leave you with that responsibility. You just said that there's a way that you can be irresponsible with your emotion. I have to ask the host, is this how he get down? If it is, then I have to do him like other places where I go, where I say they just got bad kids. And when you got bad kids, same way if I was at your house. Your kids start acting damn fool, it's time for me to leave.
Sharon got a bunch of bad kids in his house. That's basically the truth of it, right? You know how like it be that one house in the neighborhood, a bunch of ratchet kids, always loud, the lawn look nasty, kids be walking around in their underwear and stuff on the front lawn. That's his house.
Okay.
And I'm done.
Okay, now let me respond to that again, right?
Can't go to me first, Sharon.
I heard you the first time when you said it, right, sir? And again, so you just reiterating what I said, but then again, you went back to your original point, right? But you tried to throw in there whatever else on top. All that extra icing was never needed. It wasn't needed the first go round. You understood that I understood you the first time, and I said what I said. And again, as you said, I did not make any excuses. I didn't try to make excuses. I am a grown woman. I know what I did, and I know it was the first time I did it. And again, I cannot predict the future, sweetie, but you're not going to hold this against Sharon just because today World Class decided, I'm sorry, wrong class, right? Sharon called him, right? A few times before that man spoke, right? Wrong Class got up here saying the wrong shit. That is not my fault that he got up here saying whatever he said. And whether it was directly towards me or not, guess what? It was wrong. It was loud, and he was proud about it. And one thing I am, directly towards me or not, guess what? It was wrong. It was loud, and he was proud about it. And one thing I am today, maybe in your eyes is wrong, but guess what? I don't care about that.
What was wrong about it? What was wrong?
Yeah, absolutely right, because I am a grown woman. But like I said to you, first of all, me and you have been on so many different panels. Mind of a Quiet Dude, a million times, so many different panels together, absolutely everywhere. And you yourself, like I said, never heard me like this, and it just is what it is. Today is just the day. But what you're not going to do is try to hold it against this brother and act like I'm supposed to give an F or he's supposed to give an F, or you should treat his panel like, oh, well, something to stay away from. Because I said something. Brother, if you wanted it to be a men's panel, make some time, set that time up behind the scenes with this brother, and you go have your men's panel, and he could say, and I'll just watch and chat in the chat. It's not that deep. You understand what I'm saying? But okay. Being up here it just is what it is. That man said what he said. I couldn't let that go. Like,
now remember, we were having a discussion about feminism, and a dude world class basically said black women being in feminism doesn't make sense. It's dumb. He said black feminism is dumb, and now instead of talking about black feminism, we have to talk about her feelings.
Because it's not my fault that you men don't want to correct these men, because I honestly feel that's what's wrong with the world today. Because your men want to go around saying that you're men, and just because you have a few difference within each other, it means absolutely nothing apparently, because where are these men's fathers at? Huh? Where are their uncles? Where are their brothers? I'm just saying, where are their mentors that may be gay or not gay? You know what I'm saying? They don't have none of this in existence in their damn life. And y'all up here talking about Obama. Yeah, they need some kind of friend, some kind of mentor, some kind of brother, uncle, sister, somebody, right? Because y'all claim their mothers could never teach them nothing.
Sure,
they need somebody to help them out. They need somebody.
Why is this funny to you, nigga? Sharon.
You see this nigga Sharon up here keying. Like if Kiki was a nigga, it would be Sharon Bracey, bro. This nigga is a full body Kiki right now.
Friend, some kind of mentor, some kind of brother, uncle, sister, somebody, right? Because y'all claim their mothers could never teach them nothing.
Sure,
they need somebody to help them out. They need somebody.
Why is this funny to you, nigga? Sharon, why is this hilarious to you? Explain to me why we deserve this. Explain to me what we did that we have to be subjected to this, bro.
Hold on.
Random shit. Sharon, imagine.
Hold on.
Oh, it's still talking. Jesus
Let me
Christ.
get it out. Just let it finish.
Oh my God.
Happy, you good there, Happy?
Bro, you see what I mean? Like this nigga works with small handicapped children, bro. I'm telling you, this nigga is a mental health professional for the state, and he specializes in handicapped children with like birth defects and mental issues and whatnot. He used to slow kids, bro. I don't understand what's going on here, bro.
Oh, it's still talking. Jesus
Let me
Christ.
get it out. Just let it finish.
Oh my God.
Happy, you good there, Happy?
Bro, it don't end until you make it end. Why you don't get that?
Hold on, Happy.
I already ended
Happy. I'm talking to you now. Okay, give me a second, Happy. All right, so Hood Server, you had a question? Go ahead.
What's funny about this? What did we do on the panel that we got to be subjected to this shit just because it make you giggle?
I'm laughing at the chat. I wasn't laughing at actually what Happy said. I was laughing at the chat. So,
so you understand why I make the criticisms I make about these co-ed spaces, because this is exactly what happened. Like niggas think it's cute, and then when other men don't think it's cute, you act like we the problem, bro. A whole 30-minute derailment because she got upset about him making an opinion. He gave an opinion on feminism, and now we have to be derailed, and it has to be tolerated like the slow kid in the fast class, bro. We up here trying to do advanced algebra, and you got a girl throwing her tampons on the wall.
Right. So the thing is just because you feel like what she say is useless to you, that is fine, but that still doesn't mean that we're supposed to silence anybody.
It's useless to the conversation, brother.
We still should allow people to get out their full thoughts. This is a problem that human beings have. It doesn't matter if you're above or below somebody else. That doesn't matter. Let the other person get their full thoughts out, because in life, some people don't get to express themselves.
Now he's posting.
I'm not going to monitor the way how she want to express it. If she goes a little long with it, sometimes allow her to go along with it, because she also is on mute for a very long time as well. So she might have a lot of thoughts, and when she finally get a chance to speak, she's getting all of those different thoughts out there. And sometimes it's okay to let somebody get a conversation out. Like Jalen been wanting to talk for a long time. If I let him talk, he would do the same exact thing.
But that's your job, is to make it to just say it's okay though. That's your whole job, is to tell us it's okay.
So go ahead, Hood Servant, and then Uncle Jeff, you right after Hood. Go ahead, Hood.
Yeah, and this is what I mean about these spaces. Now you see exactly what the problem is. You know it's a problem, but instead of addressing it as a problem, you tell us it's okay and we should just accept it because that's just how it is. That's not gonna work, bro. That's not gonna work.
Now, let me share something with you guys, right? That's the wind up. That's the female accountability part. Now, let me show you the black men would never part. And this is what I mean. Like, it really is this easy, bro. I don't know why it's so difficult for dudes to like solve this riddle. It's like the Gordian knot, bro. You don't untie the knot, you just cut it.
Is Mike 17? Yes or no? Yeah, you gotta watch your mouth. I don't care how hot you are. I told you not to say something, so don't say it. Okay. No, you don't pet me. I told you not to say something.
You're 18.
But yeah, if you make one more joke, I swear to God, when I tell you not to.
I won't.
Okay, no, don't actually make the joke. You need to learn what authority is. Do you know what? No, you know what authority is? You know what you are?
Yes.
You're plan like 4. Like that's what you are. Like, okay, I'm glad you know that you are. You're like, yeah, of course you're the 4th girl that I would bang. Like I had 3 others planned, but
that's fine.
Okay, good. As long as you know your space and you know your fucking spot on the totem pole and you know that I'm on the top of it and you say whatever the fuck I do, then that's all that we care about. Make your little stupid jokes. Okay. Then don't fucking talk back when I talk.
Okay.
Dumb fuck. Matter of fact, can you do me a favor? Can you give me wine?
I'll get you wine. Okay?
Yeah, go look in the party. Go look in the party and bring me wine.
Do you want to give me a hug?
Now I'll give you wine. I'll give you a hug, and I might even give you a kiss on the forehead if you bring my wine.
I'll give you a hug first, and you can give me a kiss. Is it Chardonnay? Or what is it?
I like it. There you go. No, I didn't say kiss.
Huh? The wine. White or red?
It's.
You see how short that was? You see how little time was wasted on that? And you know what's funny? Funny thing about that, I don't think he's like, Fabio or whatever. It's just his house, right? It's my place. It's my shit. I'm the guy in this little world. And you can either respect me as the guy in this world or you can leave this world. I hope it's nice for you on the outside. Run that back.
Is Mike 17? Yes or no?
Yeah, you gotta watch your mouth. I don't care how hot you are. I told you not to say something, so don't say it.
Okay.
No, you don't pet me. I told you not to say something.
You're 18. But
Yeah, if you make one more joke, I swear to God, when I tell you not to.
I won't.
Okay, no, don't actually make the joke. You need to learn what authority is. Do you know what? No, you know what authority is? You know what you are?
Yes.
You're plan like 4. Like that's what you are. Like.
4. 1, 2, 3. Maybe if I lose 3 times, then all right, fuck it. Plan 4. And all I'm saying is that this is a vast energy shift, right? The difference in energies is amazing. It's like fundamental. It's atomic. Like on an atomic structure level, it's just literally built different.
So go ahead, Uncle Jeff, and I'm gonna address what Hood said, and go ahead, Uncle Jeff as well.
Hey, let me wait.
You're on mute, by the way, Uncle.
Oh my God. I'm gonna say thank you. I'm gonna say this, and then I pretty much got my answer reluctantly, and then I'll bounce. Number one, the most ramblingest, all over the place ass nigga on the in this space with brown skin is me. Holy shit, the merry-go-round I take you niggas on.
Carmen says, I get your point, but that was some weird ass shit. Explain to me what exactly about that you didn't care for, Carmen. Tell me what about it made you a little bit uncomfortable. Walk me through it a little bit.
Because I smoke the best shit, and God give me these dope ass thoughts. I've never had somebody go, that's just some bullshit. I've had people not agree with me, like world class. I love disagreeing with world class. Do you know why? Because there's not one time that I have that I didn't learn. I have never rambled and been disrespectful ever. No matter how long you wait for me, no matter how long it waits to be my turn, when you hear me go in on somebody, I'm going in second. I'm hitting back. I vehemently disagree with a lot. Sharon, I disagree with you. I disagree with you right now.
Every second.
You basically have, and I have never, other than to say that a lot of them shirts you wear is blouses, nigga, because I shop at the rack too.
Hold up.
And that the gates of hell is open behind you. That ain't no fireplace. That's somebody's house on fire. That's the
bang,
other than that,
bang, bang,
I don't really
bang,
have nothing. I don't, bruh, I don't like a lot of the stuff you do, but I won't be disrespectful to you. I don't think I ever have. And if I have, bring it up. Let's talk about it. This is about respect as human beings and as people who graduated high school, speak English, and have a good internet connection. This is not about male, female.
And you see how we gotta like walk our way through this whole shit. We gotta try to intellectualize something that's real simple and basic, bro. This whole thing frustrating.
What you are telling me is that it's okay for people, if they wait a long time, to be disrespectful. And you are telling me that you're not going to stop it. That's what you're saying. What and if that's the case, if you can't make, not women, if you can't make English speaking high school adults be respectful like they would when they get pulled over, like they do in court. Oh, they'll do it in court. They just won't do it here. And if you're not going to see to that, brother, then I can't hold it. If it was world class or hood conservative or any other person here that was being disrespectful, and you as the host, like you would a party, it's going to let them walk on your white carpet with shit boots. I'm not looking at them. This is your house. And if that's what you'll allow, then it's time for me to get my code.
That's fine. If you don't think that other people should have a voice because you think
that's not what I said.
So, but you might not think that's what you're saying. But
I know what I said. I don't speak in now. We're not that.
Right, what you're saying is that
this is the only time I'm going to interrupt you.
Now, notice how when it comes to Happy and her uncalled for outburst, he was very, very generous in how he described it, why he was tolerant of it. I don't think he even used any negative language at all when it came to her outburst. But the minute Uncle Jeff explained something to him, he intentionally mischaracterizes what he says, though. No charity, no humility, no generosity.
What I said.
So, but you might not think that's what you're saying. But
I know what I said. I don't speak in now. We're not that.
Right, what you're saying is that
this is the only time I'm going to interrupt you. This is the only time I'm going to interrupt you, if I may. I cannot let you. I cannot let you, because you are trying to add something that my speech has none of, and that is subtext. I speak entirely in context. I don't mean to say shit. I say exactly what I mean. I don't throw the rock and hold the hand and hide the hand. Anything I say, I'll say again. And I say again that there is a respectful way to do anything. And what you are saying when you take gender out is that it is okay for people to be disrespectful if they wait a long time. That's exactly what you're saying. I'm not saying she shouldn't have a voice. I'm not saying anybody shouldn't have a voice. I'm saying that voice has no right to be disrespectful out of no fucking where ever, period. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, and so this is where we disagree. So I'm not going to again, I do not regulate you, world class, or anybody else, right? So hood conservative, right? He says some disrespectful things to me, to anybody, and I did not regulate him. I let him say what he got to say, and then we have a conversation about it. Because I don't believe in I want to see the person.
Now he's saying I disrespected him. Everybody's getting all sensitive about the men, but women just get to do whatever the hell they want. And just making things difficult, like we started out with earlier, just making things difficult for no reason. And then because, you know, black men love black women, you're supposed to tolerate that when it could really be a lot smoother.
Is Mike 17? Yes or no?
Yeah, you gotta watch your mouth. I don't care how hot you are. I told you not to say something, so don't say it.
Okay.
No, you don't pet me. I told you not to say something.
You're 18. But
Yeah, if you make one more joke, I swear to God, when I tell you not to.
I won't.
Okay, no, don't actually make the joke. You need to learn what authority is. Do you know what? No, you know what authority is? You know what you are?
Yes.
You're plan like 4. Like that's what you are. Like, okay, I'm glad you know that you are. You're like, yeah, of course you're the 4th girl that I would bang. Like I had 3 others planned, but
that's fine.
Okay, good. As long as you know your space and you know your fucking spot on the totem pole and you know that I'm on the top of it and you say whatever the fuck I do, then that's all that we care about. Make your little stupid jokes. Okay. Then don't fucking talk back when I talk.
Okay.
Dumb fuck. Matter of fact, can you do me a favor? Can you give me wine?
I'll get you one. Okay?
Yeah, go look in the
You wanna give me
party.
a hug?
Go look in the party
Let's
and
see.
bring me wine.
So you'll give me a hug?
Now I'll give you wine. I'll give you a hug, and I might even give you a kiss on the forehead if you bring my wine.
I'll give you a hug first, and you can give me a kiss. Is it Chardonnay? Or what is it?
I like it. There you go. No, I didn't say
white
kiss.
or red?
Huh?
The wine? White or red?
It's
It could be really simple. Things can be so much different. But no, they got to be black. You got to stumble through every moment. You have to fight and battle and push and trot and just suffer and suffer and suffer and suffer.
For who they are. So it's where I don't want to see your best representative. I want to see the natural you, and I want you to get comfortable with you taking off your mask and being 100% yourself. So it's where we can have a real full conversation. We can start having an understanding with each other because we all come from different backgrounds, and we cannot regulate I cannot regulate my morals or what disrespect is until I get the full understanding of who you are. So now me and Happy have plenty of conversations. She interrupts me all the time. So for me, I don't actually find it disrespect. I find it annoying, but I don't find it disrespectful. She needs to get a lot of words out because she has a lot of thoughts and she holds them in. So for me, I don't see it as disrespect. Same way as you was cutting me off right now, right? Somebody else might see that as disrespect simply because I'm the host and things of that nature.
Well, did I? But when I cut you off, how about I cut you off and call you a hang lip cat dick motherfucker?
However, so like even like what you did just now as well.
That's
right?
disrespectful.
Right. However, I'm not going to stop you from that. Right. That's what.
All right, then, you hang lip cat dick motherfucker.
Right. So what I'm saying is again, that is you that want to do that.
Oh, this is great.
So nobody could be upset.
Nigga, I'm the most disrespectful nigga you know.
That's
it's
fine,
on. I'm going to be since that's what's going on. I didn't know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't have to be courteous.
And so now, and notice the dynamic, right? Now, because of a refusal to actually deal with the woman problem, the men have an intractable problem. Now this problem can't go away because you can't deal with that. This is literally like an anthropological pattern behavior in Black America.
What did I say to you that you call disrespectful?
Hey, Uncle Jeff, he number 2. You number 2.
The only thing I do ask is you let the other person get out their full thought. That's the only thing I do ask. The respect part, that's up to interpretation for the person. Shout out to the Chicago Road to 10 ball. Where the F you been, Brooklyn at? We're Brooklyn at.
What's up, really?
Shout out to the Chicago Realer. So again,
Uncle Jeff, I was.
I'm gonna pass it right to you next world class. And so just like that, Uncle Jeff, I'd rather you be, if that's who you really want to be, I'd rather you
it's
be
not
that.
who I really want to be.
Hold on. So, but what I'm
what
saying
if I want to be respectful?
Right, but I do not get to decide.
What if the respectful is who I really am?
So what I'm saying is
respectful is who I really am.
Right. So what I'm saying, as of right now, a lot of people would look at it as disrespectful. I don't think so. I think this is your comedic idea, and this is how you move, and this is how you communicate.
No,
You are
I
not-
just
I don't think
talk
that-
shit for a living.
I don't think
And
that
if
you are
niggas want
actually
it,
being
niggas can get it.
disrespectful on purpose. So again, I don't see it as I'm starting to communicate with you. I'm starting to understand that you're not actually being disrespectful. You're actually trying to add
Well,
to
I'm
the
trying
show.
to be respectful to you because you're wearing your auntie's necklace, and I'm not.
That's a
I
fact.
don't really want to. That kind of shit. What I'm
Right.
saying
And what
is
I'm
that if
saying-
this is what that is, if this is Fight Club light, well then I won't hold you. It's
You know, it is interesting. Y'all calling this a simp on simp battle. And that is the power of like unchecked female confusion, right? This is like when you got a fox in the hen house. Now all the hens are just clucking out of control.
my
Fight
apology,
Club
Sharon.
Light is crazy.
You deserve an apology from me because what I thought this was a place where people came to share thoughts and be respectful. That's
Oh,
not
hell
what
no.
this is.
Absolutely not.
Hold on.
Now that I know what this is, I'm gonna go on and bring my 38. That's what I
Hold
see.
on,
I didn't know what kind of poker game this was.
Hold on, before you bring your 38, it ain't up to me to decide. That's what I'm saying. So
Absolutely, you're not in charge of
you
your
could be-
house.
I'm
Great.
respected. No, it's not about me being in charge. I'm not in charge of other people.
Exactly. People can come in your
charge-
house and
hold
run
on.
them up.
Hold on,
Bring them
no,
a 38.
That's not what it means. So again, you misunderstand what I'm saying.
Help me
You
out.
are in control of yourself and how you react to somebody else.
Absolutely.
Right? I don't have to just because you are trying to. I see you as trying to make me do something. I still am in control of myself. And that's the
Absolutely.
main point of having conversations with different type of human beings, because even though we might all come from similar backgrounds, we have different light bringers that come to us,
Right.
and the reason why that trigger us in certain ways, and it is okay for somebody else, male or female, to get all of their thoughts out, whether it's a ramble,
Absolutely.
whether if it's Jalen just say, hey, Kevin Samuels, my daddy, I don't care. I still allow him to say it. He feels free to come up here and hang out. He's not doing something wrong. He ain't on the internet watching no goddamn cornhole.
Right.
So I want people to be comfortable with being themselves.
Well,
and
what
I'm
if
not
they do
regulating
watch corn?
nobody.
If I was watching corn, then what?
Thank
Yeah.
you, Jalen. And so go ahead. So we're gonna
What
go
if
ahead.
they do? Because I watch corn.
Well,
Because I was afraid to say something right quick.
Oh, hold on, and because I've been world class, been holding on for a while.
I'm
Go
bringing
ahead.
my 38, nigga.
No. Jalen, what Jalen has to say is way more important than what I gotta say.
Absolutely not.
I think I dropped off this conversation after this too, because it was just dumb. It was just corny. I just hated the environment shift. Like niggas just started really talking about nothing because she let I don't think dudes notice how often that phenomenon actually happens where you're on a panel, and especially when it's like a large panel, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 people up here, right? And we're having a discussion about a particular topic. And because her feelings got in the way, we no longer have a topic now. And they've been on this track for a long time. It's like 20 minutes of conversation.
Go ahead, wrong class.
What?
I was just gonna say Uncle Jeff, I was just waiting for Happy to finish because I was just gonna say that her voice sounds like all of her perfume is in Newports. That's it. She sound like
Wah. You'll never make it as a comedian, boo.
Yo, I was for to say.
We waited all this time for that.
I was for to
Go
say.
ahead, hold on. He been very patient. Go ahead, Jalen.
Let's go, Jalen. Get them niggas, Jalen.
Jalen get his profoundness out, and then we can get back to regular conversation. Go ahead, Jalen. Get your profoundness out.
I was told that feminism was a CI program led by Gloria Steinem to persuade black women away from black men as a reward.
That's a black woman?
Black women
Oh shit, they shoot.
would receive government assistance and office jobs.
Thank you, Jalen. That was very profound. Ezekiel, you want to follow up on that? Hey, you might have a tough time. Yeah,
I've read that information. I know exactly what he's talking about. Yeah, fuck Gloria Steinberg. But yeah, I don't really got much to say. I already had I landed my plane as far
All
as.
right, perfect. So yeah, so now we can.
Well, hold on. What rights don't they have at this point? Like, what's left to fight for? You got your babies, you got your job, you got your weave. What else is there?
And
But
so
I thought we was talking about the black feminist being a weirdo or the feminist.
yeah. So I want to before we go back to the exact thing. So I want to answer that with Hood Sir, and I believe they got 98% of the rights that they are looking for, and this is the reason why I believe Black women has fallen back so much from social media as well. We don't see a lot of Black women up in arms the way how we did 2 years ago. If it was a social issue, our Black woman was in the forefront, going hard and going strong, pushing movements forward. This year, we don't see them in the forefront pushing things forward, and this is probably why a lot of things is not going in the direction that it is, because they were the one that was pushing these protests, putting the work in, being on the front lines, making sure Black men come home. They was the one that was outside.
The money dried up, bro. The money dried up.
I'm almost finished. Then now we come today where we have issues that people need to get out there. We don't see who we see out there pushing shit forward. Who?
Okay, we'll play along.
Now, right now things are kind of weird for
We
Black
should not
women.
be subsidizing obesity.
Will's Juices got 2 cases of these. A box of Sam's Brain chips. They got these chips. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Ballpark hot dogs. Some teriyaki noodles. Some kind of a pack of ground beef. Packets on the sticks. Seasoning salt. Pickles. Powdered donuts.
I mean, I got hypertension just from watching it. I died of a heart attack, came back to life, and then got diabetes and died again, then came back.
Now, let me share something else with you guys. Because we're kind of talking about Black men being trained to just take abuse and disrespect from Black women. And I don't know, some of you might have seen this video. I think Anton Daniels did a video about this too, but the disrespect is just incredible.
Take that nasty ass vest off.
Man, I don't care. It works.
Punk ass nigga.
I don't care. It works.
Take that vest off, use some pad and watch that motherfucker. You nasty nigga.
Wipe around your mouth.
You nasty nigga. You wipe it. Make me. Make me. Yeah. Cause I put my finger and my pictures in your face.
Is you done?
Bitch ass boy. No, I'm finished.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Make me go.
You want somebody to do something to you?
I don't want nobody to do nothing to me, baby. Your mama gonna be crying about you.
Your folk gonna be
pillow
crying
back.
about you.
Bitch, nigga, my mama dead.
I said, Joe folk.
The fuck you mean?
I ain't said nothing about your mama.
Don't you never in your life. Now what you gonna do about that? Yeah, do something with your bad ass. That's what I thought.
True Hype with the $2 super chat. He says she sound like she smokes Newports with no filter. Listen, man, we're gonna have a lot of angry aunties roaming the countryside in the coming years, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna be rough out there. They're not gonna understand what hit them.
How do it equivalent?
Give me my picture. Okay, well, call the manager then. Call the manager then. Yeah. You telling him he ain't working? My mama just died February. Talking about your mama. I don't play them games where I'm from. You don't play mama games.
Your folks gonna be crying.
No, they ain't gonna be crying, nigga. You gonna be crying because you don't even know who the fuck I am. What the fuck, and I don't give a fuck about you.
And then when bad things happen, it's always the man's fault. Does it even matter what she's mad about, though? That's kind of the thing about these situations. Like, once it gets to that level, it's always bigger than the incident now. She could be mad about customer service. She could be mad about they ran out of an item. But it doesn't really matter what it is now, because now it's not even about the thing. The thing is actually long forgotten in this moment. We're gonna give some advice to y'all girls out here, because I know, you know, we've been talking about women going through stuff lately, and I am not without solutions. You know, motherfuckers love to talk about solutions and all that. That's like a buzzword. No, so Tia Kemp got solutions for y'all in case y'all having a hard time right now, ladies, because you know, ladies go through things.
You got no motherfucking groceries in your motherfucking house, you can ask. I don't care if it's 3 niggas. Ask each one for $100. Now you got $300. But if they gotta ask 3 of them for $300 a piece, now you got $900 fucking dollars. Or ask all 3 of them for $500 a piece. Now you got $1,500 fucking dollars. Or if it's 10 niggas in your phone, ask all 10 for $100 fucking dollars. Bitch, don't be fucking prideful. Put your pride to the side and beg. Beg a bitch. They begging you. They gonna ask when that nigga say, when I can see you. That mean they want to fuck. Bitch don't want to just sit there and look in your face, because I'm not finna sit there and look in yours. Because I'm finna ask, what we finna eat? Where we finna go? Like, bitch, where to drink? You got some money? Because I want to go get me some. Let's go to this store. I saw some sandals the other day. I want to go to this store right here. I would get fucking Miss Steve Madden. Go make the bitch buy you 2 pair of slides. Okay? Don't sit in the car and ride around looking at a bitch, because then you're going to want to dig in your, be touching on. Don't be touching on me, bitch. Don't rub me, bitch. You rub me after you done spent some money. And I may want to be rubbed, bitch. The fuck? Like, bitch, you know.
Girls, y'all writing this down? These are valuable survival tips, ladies. I hope y'all writing this down. You know, I'm giving up solutions. All right, this is a rare opportunity to get solutions off this channel. I rarely do solutions. I do commentary. I don't typically do solutions, but I thought today I would be generous. Midwest Request with the $2. He says, are the arguments like a cultural pastime? Yeah. Eat, sleep, fight, bust, bro. I'm wondering how genetically coded it really is, though. That's really where my intellectual curiosity is taking me. You know, like, what are the typical alphanumeric symbols for DNA? It's like C and D. I forgot exactly how it looks on the on your like DNA chart, but what I'm getting at is I wonder if ESFB is somehow genetically coded. You see what I mean? Like I wonder if we could get down. Is there an ESFB gene, or I think actually, because if you understand how genes work, but thank you, TCGA. What if it's not TCGA? What if it's ESFB? No. You don't get ends. You don't get ends. What winds up happening is a combination of ESFB would effectively produce N, right? So N itself wouldn't be raw genetic coding. It would be an expression of different genes interacting. And what I'm hypothesizing is that ESFB genes, if they are all present, then you get N. ESFB equals N. Oh, stop. We just cracking the code live, bro. ESFB equals N. This is like some high level mathematical calculations right here. ESFB equals N. This is a radical new genetic theory we just cracked. All these acronyms. Well, you clearly weren't paying attention in high school biology, okay? This is really high school level biology. We haven't even gotten deep into it yet. ESFB equals N. Yeah, yes, bro. I think on a genetic level, there seems to be a symmetry to this idea. The theory does seem to hold. So you start for starters, we do away with the typical DNA structure, ACSU or ATGC, whatever that structure was. We do away with that. We do away with that original structure, and we start from the bottom. ESFB. Or perhaps, no, I think it's actually a combination. It's a combination. So generally speaking, you would get those normal DNA patterns to represent or to present themselves, but occasionally you'll get an E, you'll get an S, you'll get an F, you'll get a B. And if you get an E or an F, you get an S or a B, you get a combination of two of those things. It's not necessarily like catastrophic, right? But in rare cases, the expression of the ESFB combination of genes, it leads to a catastrophic biological product. Nigromonics, bro. We have cracked the genetic code. Anyway, we got all sidetracked. We was teaching these chicks how to beg. We was giving solutions to the girls. I didn't mean to take y'all down a mathematical dark alley.
I'm hungry. I want lamb chops. Bitch, I want lamb chops right now. Pasta. Rasta pasta, ho. But shrimp, scallops, and crab in it. Take that bitch somewhere, get some fried rice. Hibachi. Girl, please. I be asking that, can I drop you off? Drop me off. Yeah, drop you off to work tomorrow, bitch. I'm trying to go look for a job. Or I got to go to court. Tell that bitch anything. I got to go to court by this lawsuit. I'm finna get this big lawsuit. Let me hold your car. Girl, I've run a game to that bitch that like fucking goddamn EA Sports do, y'all. Fuck that. Tell that bitch you got to go to court. You finna get a big ass lawsuit. Run game to him. And tell him, keep telling him, give me $5,000. I'm finna get this big lawsuit. My lawsuit coming in a few months. Get your money out of him. And you out of there. Disappear on that bitch. Okay? All right? Because it ain't no lawsuit coming, whore. And he's going to be looking for that money back. Fuck that shit. Let's drop my shit off. Now I'm in the car with him. Yep. Now I'm in the car with him. We ride. Babe, I'm hungry. What you want to eat? I want some lamb chop. I want some crab cakes. Yeah, I want all of that. I want both. I want a crab boil too to take home for the night. Be eating that with the other nigga that late at night eating, watching Netflix. Fuck that shit. He done fed you and the other nigga. Man, fuck that. And it's another thing, nieces. Get your bottle out that bitch. Yeah, rack up your bottle collections, man. Every time I go with a nigga, boy, I be like, buy me a bottle. Or what? Casa Azul, motherfucker, goddamn Don Julio Reposado. Get that expensive shit, man. I don't even drink, bro.
Chicks with that type of accent shouldn't even be buying those type of products. Like, I feel like we need a new type of segregation. You know, not a purely racial segregation, but we definitely should have a thing where it's like we just don't serve your kind. I'm telling you, this whole thing just listening to her voice is just I don't see how you niggas do it.
Moet Nectar Imperial. Yeah, the white bottle. That one. Get 2 bottles. We finna get fucked up, baby. Yeah, we finna toe up. Man, I ain't put that shit going home. I put that shit in my purse. Boy, that shit fit gone my bar. Boy, I ain't stunning you. Boy, who? Nigga, I ain't busting now. One of them niggas, when you go bust that bottle, I'm too full. I'm already lit. Fuck that. I don't want shit. I ain't opening shit, man. If I do, you take a sip out of it, the rest of that shit going home, put on your bar. Fuck that shit, bro.
All right, girls. I hope y'all was paying attention. All right, that was my one free advice video. I got no more wisdom for y'all. I don't know how else to help. I've done all I can do. You're on your own, girls.
Good women are dead. Evil bitches, rise up!
I'm teaching at an all-boys school this year. And the numbers on boys, the statistics are staggering. This is going to make me empathetic towards men. It's not a route I chose to go down, but God, it pains me to say. It just pains me to say. For every 100 girls or women, this is how many boys or men that are enrolled in a U.S. college, there are 75 boys. For every 100 girls or women who took an AP course, there are 76 boys. Earn an associate's degree, there are 61 boys. Bachelor's degree, there are 73 boys. All right, now those numbers don't sound too crazy, right? For every 100 girls or women whose entry into kindergarten is delayed, that means they start kindergarten late, 139 boys or men. In K through 12, who are classified as having a specific learning disability, there are 144 boys. Repeat kindergarten, there are 145 boys. For every 100 girls who are suspended from school, 195 boys. That's almost double. For every 100 girls who are expelled from public school, 223 boys. These numbers are blowing my mind. For every 100 girls between the ages of 15 and 19 who unalive themselves, 293 boys. Ages 25 to 29 who unalive themselves, ages 25 to 29, 100 girls and women, 418 boys and men. And lastly, for every 100 girls or women who are incarcerated in state and federal prisons, 1,225 boys or men.
You know, just the other day, some chick was trying to tell us how women being all the educators is just all that awesome and it's all great. And, you know, I don't know about all that. I'm not so sure if all that's is all true. Could be wrong.
They want small businesses, black businesses, white businesses. We don't give a fuck. These people won't navigate this shit. Okay, y'all just wrong report. Well, at least, if you put myself on live, since y'all got everybody on live, I put myself on live. To learn my lives, I'm gonna get turned. I want to make this point. I swear I do. I don't want to get turned with shit. I don't want to make this point. But I'm giving everybody, I'm keeping some hope today. Give me some points. I need some points. But I'm keeping everybody calm. Like, so I need some points. I hope they give me some points. Spirit, rise high. Hold on. I got to listen to something. What are you doing? This nigga was there with me at the bar, so he don't even do this shit. You was no, they love me. You don't. You got love. You don't count. You don't love it, dog. Hello? Hello? God don't bless the ugly. Hello? Okay, now we're gonna cry. But that's me. What's going on?
And people wonder why white folks want to build the town all for themselves, way up in the mountains where it's hard to get to. Nobody really wants to come there anyway. I think I understand.
I tap in with personal shit. I tap in. You want to come up with your daughter pass ain't working? Let me see. What's your name? Charlene? Lord Charlene ain't working tonight. We got to get her ass tapped in. What's going on with you over there with free hoodie? Come on, you got your ass in your fucking hoodie. You got some big. Come on. If you got cocaine, don't try it. I'm doing that shit. I'm the dog. Bring only weed, baby, because I can do all I can do. If you got anything else besides that, I'm tapping in. The Diddy party is over. You want me out. The Diddy party is over. You want me out. If you got anything else with cocaine, don't try to come in. The Diddy party is over. Hello, we're going in 1 through 2.
You know, last night we were talking about this whole parental responsibility thing, and how in Georgia, no, parental accountability, that's what it was called. How in Georgia, they have passed a law on behalf of like the teachers union, the teachers federation, so that if your child is like committing violence against teachers or whatever, or other students in a school, you as a parent can be held responsible. And then I noticed how a lot of the people commenting on it, a lot of the black folk commenting on it, they wanted that type of accountability law to be a broad law in general. So it's not just on school grounds. Like if your kids are out there running amok, then hey, might have to throw mama in jail too. You know, that's the kind of energy people are taking right now. And to be totally honest, I can't blame them. Really can't blame people at all. And what I think is coming is a really, really authoritarian state. It's the only thing. And let me not even say authoritarian like on some left wing, like a real. All right, put it this way. What do you imagine would have to be different in America in order for this type of thing to no longer be a common expectation? Because videos like this have been going around, going viral for months and months and months and years at this point now. It's only gotten worse, right? And so what would have to happen? What do you suppose America would have to do to stop this from happening so often?
Hello, TSA, what the fuck y'all at? Y'all ain't doing this shit. We too, break it up.
Oh my God. And hit that like button, y'all. Throw $1 in the hat. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat in a minute. We're gonna talk about this this entire issue of accountability. You know, we're gonna come at it from a couple of different angles, y'all. But throw $1 in the hat. We are not.
Come on, share your dollar. Give me your dollar. Share your dollar with me. Come on.
Oh my God.
If more than one person smoke, we all can't get in trouble. So who wants smoke? Okay. Yes, I'm TSA. Someone, Curry.
Oh my
Yes, we want to Georgia. Hello? We want to Georgia. You ain't even taking home shit. We trying to get to the sun.
Oh my god, bro.
I'm trying to get out. If anybody want to know, I got a whole house. Bullshit all y'all life. I don't even know what good shit is. Hold on. Y'all want some candy? Oh, really? Y'all know LA shit. Do y'all want the real music candy? Hello?
Go to jail now. Oh my God, somebody go to jail, man.
Now everybody cheers for her. Now they try to defend her from the police. She did a good job. What do you even do to stop this? Like, what are you supposed to do now?
There's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population.
Teen takeovers.
Across the country, spontaneous teen takeovers are popping up. It's when large groups of teens plan to meet in a mall, a movie theater, amusement park, and cause trouble.
By now, you may have seen some of the teen takeover in Lakeview late Monday night. Many here jumped off the red line at Belmont, soon blocking traffic and jumping on cars. No violence, but disruption and damage.
CPD officers worked to control the crowd and move them out of the area, but the teens left behind a path of destruction. People were horrified by the extent of the damage this morning. Shoe prints on cars, hoods dented, windshields broken.
It's terrifying. Everyone was like, well, you got to call your insurance. And we did. And they were like, oh, you don't have the package that covers mob insurance.
As this recent incident proves, even if you're outside of the city, you're not safe from teen takeovers.
Glen Ellen's really quiet town. I know I've been talking to some of the parents today and a couple of the kids too, and they were definitely kind of freaked out.
Video shared with WGN shows the moment a manager was pushed into the lap pool while trying to get the young crowd to leave. A young man appears to help her out of the water while others can be seen laughing. Police say some of the people in the group went in without paying, were smoking pot, drinking alcohol, and setting off fireworks. Police called in backup from area agencies to help disperse the crowds.
Video posted on social media shows dozens of teens looting the 7-Eleven off of West Crenshaw, making off with stolen goods, including a fire extinguisher, which was set off outside the store. This video shows the aftermath as customers try to get inside.
Look what they did inside of this 7-Eleven.
AMC Theater's Streeterville location loaded with Chicago police. Here's why.
I thought one of these kids was going to get hit by a car or a bus.
Here's just a glimpse of the chaos. 8 p.m. Friday, teenagers storming East Illinois Street. The city estimating 300 teens gathered for about 4 hours. There were fights, a 15-year-old shot in the leg, an 18-year-old also stabbed nearby.
What we saw at the Chipotle was totally unacceptable, and we're not going to tolerate that in our city ever again.
Chief Smith says she was at Navy Yard Saturday night. That night, massive fights broke.
Hit that like button from y'all. Shout out to 60. 60 LB with the super sticker. Hold on. Shout out to E. Taylor with the $2 super chat. Bring back dads and ass whippings. Start early. That's right. Discipline starts at home. And Deacon Dave with the $4 super sticker. Thank y'all for supporting the show. Hit that like button for me, y'all.
I need that money.
And the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. We're going to talk about accountability. Here's my thesis right now. Here's my working hypothesis. As a nation, and this is bigger than just Black, obviously. So as a nation, I argue our unwillingness to approach the issue of female accountability, our unwillingness to grapple with such a complex issue like female accountability is directly related to things like teen takeovers. And when you look at the school system, right? The school system is universally failing inner city children, the boys in particular. And then the school system largely feminized. That was kind of the argument I was having with that lady the other day on the Not for Humans channel, and she was talking about women being better for schools. And I only brought up one issue, but you know, there's myriad issues, like just the fact that in a place like Chicago, the teachers are demanding more money, but the kids literally can't read or even do math at like a proficient school level. And in order to crack down on that, it would require actually, you know, upsetting women. A large, politically active, well-supported, well-funded group of women. And same thing like with the teen takeover thing, or I'm surprised Georgia got that law off the ground, the Parental Accountability Act, because even there, right, it is it's women versus women. It's the Teachers Federation in Georgia who wanted a law because largely the children of single moms are getting unruly, and those teachers can't actually make the moms better parents, right? They can't make the kids behave better. I mean, they can't make the parents make the kids behave better. And so the women, the female teachers, the Teachers Federation in Georgia, they are pushing for a law to now hold the women accountable, because that's really what's going on in the school system. It's a lot of young women who are having children and things are getting out of hand. That being said, welcome to the show, Mr. O. Any thoughts on my working hypothesis so far?
It's a good hypothesis. I mean, I think you didn't leave no corner unturned or anything. I'm just looking at this malarkey coming from my city. These little crumb crushers, little nigglets, just tear things up and just go back home to the south side and west side and probably some north side homes. Female accountability, right, Hood? You know, it was more women out there than the boys, right? But you see that only the boy got shot. Right. I gotta pass the mic. Just go. I mean, your theory is solid. It's really solid. At the Navy Yard, though, really? Y'all really at the Navy Yard with this bull? Oh my God. And the crash out, the crash out at the airport. Now, how much you want to bet, Hood, that she still got her frequent flyer miles after that whole debacle? Hood.
My bad, I was all muted up and I'm not even looking at the screen. Now, you would think they put you on a no-fly list or something like that, But I was trying to pull up something here. They're actually trying to make this a thing. So this is in Baltimore a couple of months back. Look at this.
A bill calling for parental accountability when their child commits a crime is on the table in Annapolis. The bill's sponsors believe it will help curb juvenile crime. Fox 45's Jessica Babb joins us live. Jessica, there was some contentious debate, we understand, during a committee hearing this afternoon.
There certainly was quite a bit of back and forth between lawmakers and someone who opposed this piece of legislation. But under the Parental Accountability Act, some of the penalties for parents could include things like fines and even community service. But like I mentioned, some of those people who opposed this bill today argue that Maryland already has similar laws in place that hold parents accountable when kids commit crimes. But as you'll soon see in this package, in this story that you're about to see, some of the lawmakers pushed back, quick to point out some of the issues in the juvenile court system, saying more needs to be done.
The Department of Juvenile Services. It's a state agency that's repeatedly come under fire.
I think that DJS is miserably failing our kids.
And that was no different Tuesday in the Judicial Proceedings Committee in Annapolis, with lawmakers pointing out problems in the juvenile court system when it comes to kids accused of committing crimes.
Are you aware that if the parents don't show up for a hearing with the child, that they're dismissing these cases?
Stepping up to the mic, Senator Joanne Benson says to reduce juvenile crime and truancy, there needs to be more accountability for parents.
A crucial piece of legislation aimed at fostering greater responsibility and involvement among parents in the lives of the children.
The bill requires the juvenile court to put a child who is not being detained on probation if they've committed a crime of violence, especially with weapons. The bill also pertains to kids who are truant and are skipping out on school. As part of the probation, DJS would adopt a treatment service plan, and the kid's parent or guardian would also have to participate. Senator Benson says it's an approach that could help families get the support they need to address the underlying issues that could be contributing to kids turning to crime.
I think one of the major underlying issues is that we've created a system and basically a social culture where the women just go off to have babies, get on welfare, they find public housing somewhere, Section 8, something like that. They go get a make work, do nothing job for the city or the government. And then, you know, they let their kids run amok. They essentially raise the children the way you would grow a potted plant, you know, give them some food, some water, and put them in the sunlight. That's effectively raising children for a lot of these women. And that's the problem. I don't know if they're going to talk about that on the debate floor there at City Hall, but you guys got it.
Go ahead, Midwest request.
Hey, Mr. O, do you remember when they had the truancy laws? I don't think they lasted too long in Chicago for like people that were not going to school. They had like a bunch of absentees, like unexcused absences from school, and they were going after the parents. And I think that got shut down fairly quickly after like some parents were getting repercussions for that. I don't remember exactly how long did it last, but I remember they were really upset about, you know, the parents being blamed for the children not showing up when they were skipping school. You remember that?
Yeah, that had was that in the 80s? Because I don't remember that back in the 90s and 2000s when I was going to school. They probably did. I think it was for extreme cases, from like you're not showing up for like a month, and they were trying to lock up the parents for like for truancy pretty much. But I think they made a lot of noise about it and it stopped. But I think this is completely different because this is more.
I think
violent.
that law was in California. Kamala Harris got in trouble for that during the campaign. That very thing. There was a black woman, I think, she got in trouble for that because her daughter was like legitimately sick, and they tried to prosecute her on some truancy shit.
No, they proposed it in Chicago. It just didn't go through. But yeah, you're right. It was in California. And I'm like, well, it's going to take, I mean, like it creates a very interesting dynamic too, because if the parents are like absentee parents, right, providers, but not actual guiding the child, right, or not correcting the child, right? If now the parents being treated like a child and also getting disciplined, will that force them to discipline the child as well? But I mean, the tree that's crooked that far gone, like I don't know how you're going to do that without getting even more violent, like which I think is just going to make things worse. You know, it's just going to make a more apprehension about like straightening up. So I have no idea, but this is going to be a very interesting social experiment.
Now, going piggyback. Now, the young child in California was very, very sick. She had a full blown sickle cell anemia. A lot of people not aware that is a very, very chronic and detrimental disease, and you can be basically incapacitated, whatever the word is, for months on end. Now, in that situation, that was just bogus. That was uncalled for. But the real truancy. While I was going to school, Midwest Crust in the 90s and 2000s, they didn't really have truancy. Either you was going to school or you not. And if you basically missed like 30 consecutive days, they just dropped you out and put you into one of them alternative schools. That was just about it. I was very close going to alternative school for behavioral reasons. I went to school, but I just couldn't sit down and didn't want to pay attention. I always was cause trouble.
I think it's let me read this super chat, and because this is actually a philosophically deep issue. Dick Thug with the $10 super chat, he says, there is a drawback. Accountability is granted to those with more autonomy. Giving them more attributes of a more autonomous being pulls them away from dependency. I'm stuck on this one. And I think I kind of just sort of logically walked myself into that trap as well. And so I want to think on this for just a quick second while we ponder your super chat. Shout out to Dick Thug.
I have Black mother privilege. And I'm going to start breaking that down for y'all. Because there is a privilege for me as a Black mother. I'm not going to have the same relationship. My sons adore me. My sons will put their life on the line in a New York minute over me. My sons will lose everything they have over me. Over me? It ain't happening. My sons will turn on their father over me. Over me? So when you ask me about my Black sons, the relationship does not correlate the same to what I'm saying about Black men.
Now, I remember having this conversation with my own son. A couple of Concrete, mute up, bro. You walking up some stairs or something? Yeah, I'm gonna mute you up. You got some background noise, bro. I remember having this conversation with my son a couple of months ago about as my child, right? You represent me out in the world. As a family, you know, we all have the same last name, and we're a group in that sense. And you carrying my name represents me out there in the world. And so whatever you do, it kind of it reflects on me in some kind of way. And conversely, as your father, what I do, it reflects on you in some kind of way. And so, you know, and I actually think about this, especially as now I'm older than I, you know, was when I first had a child. And I think as men, we can kind of reflect on this thing, like the kinds of things that I might have gotten caught doing or getting in trouble for when I was younger. I wouldn't want to have to explain that to my children now, right? Like, you know, the daddy was out drunk driving or whatever. Daddy got arrested selling some drugs or whatever. Like I don't want to have to explain that kind of thing now, right? And so I think I'm in my own way, I'm building a sense of accountability in my children in that way by just being their father and kind of, you know, maybe explaining things and showing examples of things or whatever. And what I think I take issue with on a philosophical level with I I think maybe Dick Dug is kind of brushing against that by having the government step in to essentially be the father that would hand down accountability. It is actually reaffirming the government's effort to remove fathers from the home. And now that we've actually reached this point of like critical lack of fathers in the family unit, the government now has to step in to be the Uberführer, the Uberführer. The government is now becoming everyone's father. Because a lot of these children, a lot of these parents that would get caught up in it would be essentially women who don't have husbands, children who don't have fathers at home. And so now the government has to step up to be the Uberführer. I don't know if I want to go that far.
It almost sounds like it almost sounds like they need to finish parenting the parent so they could attempt to parent the child, which is blowing my mind when you phrase it that way. Because there's something fundamentally missing from their upbringing to let them understand that I'm like, no, this is not only just shameful, but you're supposed to treat your child like the second coming of you. You're supposed to teach it everything and have it avoid all the mistakes that you did. And, you know, to people to admire the child and be like, look, this is all the best that I could do. All my best information, all my knowledge, all my advice, this is the best that I could come up with.
You know, I think the proper German phrasing would be Ubervater. I think Vater is father in German.
Yep, that's Ubervater. Yeah,
Yeah, I think the government is the giant. It's the government has become the Ubervater.
I didn't know you spoke German too. You know, I'm over here multilingual-ish.
As a budding fascist, I have to pick up on certain German terminology.
Well, if you're gonna be a fascist, you gotta pick up the Italian. I mean, the real fascist was Mussolini. You know what I'm saying?
Now that's pretty fascism. I want German brutal fascism.
He said, "I'm on." That's a pretty. You a motherfucker.
Yeah. SKT, what's going on, bro?
Oh, my favorite coon.
Oh man, what's going on?
Any thoughts on this accountability issue? Actually, let me kick that hot potato right to you. Any thoughts on the Ubervater?
I don't too much mind the idea of it. I think that, you know, in any mass group of individuals, if there is a pressing need, you know, something is going to fill that vacuum. And for better or worse, Das Communitas, and those with that same mindset have pretty much egged on the Ubervater. You can't at one end state that you need welfare and you need more money for schools and you need mentoring programs and you need a soft hand when it comes to legal issues due to your perceived lack with said children. You're basically asking for the Ubervater to fill in where you cannot. So yeah, I agree, Dolomite. Yeah, it's more or less a prediction of a theory.
How many? What's the percentage do you guys think that, or the possibility that a lot of people are just going to lose their kids over this law if it does get passed?
Well, I think that's the great. I think that's the further issue beyond all of this is that, and I hate doing the whole movie thing with people, but you know it works. You know what was it? Remember the Titans. The people attitude reflects leadership. So the attitude that are coming out of the households reflect the leadership of those households. And since you have piss poor attitudes, piss poor behavior, what it seems to me the bigger picture and spirit behind such laws are showing is that the children actually need rehabilitation from the parental figures that have birthed them.
Oh yeah, I see a bunch of people that they're lost, but they're going to become wards of the state very soon.
There's this idea of like the great man theory of history, where like, you know, thousands of years go by and then, you know, Genghis Khan is born, stuff like that. And it's the great men that move things forward. And to a large degree, we got like Trump is our great man of our modern era. And when I kind of focus things down on the microcosm to like Black America, there is no real great man of Black America right now. And when it comes to like the leadership, like you were just talking about the leadership in the household, I think that lack of focus and lack of drive that we're describing with a lot of the households leadership, it actually does matriculate up broadly into Black leadership. There are no great Black leaders anymore.
Every freaking day. I'm raising children in this city. I know what it's like to feel unsafe and to be targeted. We have to stop as a city falling to some of the most ridiculous remedial forms of governance. It has not worked. And now we're doing stuff that works, and then they want to come up with another idea that has not worked. What sense does that make? I'm saying ask deeper, more profound questions about why young people are gathering in spaces in the first place. That's why I was up to freaking midnight on Saturday night out, you know, hanging out with some of the young people at the late night basketball, showing up for these young brothers. They all could be my son. They can all be my nephews. Every freaking day. I'm raising children in this city. I know what it's like to feel unsafe and to be targeted.
It started over. All right, so look, man. This is my mayor. I met this BAN right before he got elected. I kind of regret, but hindsight's 2020. I hate to say I'd rather have him than Paul Vallis, but that, you know what I'm saying, is water under the bridge. This out of touch cocksucking mother ever right here he's so out of touch. This man don't even be around in the city like that. We done the homework. He just be in that, you know what I'm saying, just for what's the thing, political purposes only, aka he only stay in the city so he could be the mayor of the city. But this nigga, he be in all the suburbs. He don't really kick it with the blackity blacks like that. I tried to see if he was a tether, but he's FBA, unfortunately. So he gotta get this work. This type of mayor, and like many others throughout the country, are basically making all Black leadership look bad. You know what I'm saying? He talking about these kids remind him of his man. Look, Mayor Mohawk. First of all, the Mohawk is done. He can shave that ish off. And get some Just for Men too, bro. Third of all, yo, re-election is not in your future. I think you're gonna be one and done. And I think all the people in the ghetto, the Negro class, is just gonna have to go ahead and take this L in the Chicago area. It's over with. But going regarding so-called the teen takeovers. See, I hate to say it. It was a stud. It was another Black male, a stud chick by the name of Lori Lightfoot. She was a Uber mother here in Chicago. She shut down teen takeovers before they even started. So you mean to tell me that the B-Dub is a better leader than a Black man in Chicago? I pass the mic.
She was definitely firmer than Brandon Johnson, and didn't budge at least. So I never seen her tear up either. So goes to show.
Happening right now at 11, enhanced efforts by MPD and district leaders to get a handle on these violent teen takeovers all across the city. Thanks for joining us on the news at 11. I'm Larry Miller. Well, earlier this morning, we saw teens causing chaos in Northwest Washington.
I love these.
Alexis Wainwright has a look at how these.
Yeah, you know, teen teen is becoming another euphemism, right? Because they might as well say niggas. Because
Yeah. Why
if
then?
you're on the West Coast, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a healthy mix of some Latinos and black. But the further away from the West Coast you get, the blacker it gets, bro.
Hey, here,
Chicago.
did you see the post from Trump where he put teens and youth in quotation marks?
Yeah. And you know how the right wing is, bro. Like they're like, say it, say the words.
What was it about?
He was
about
talking
this type.
about.
It was about Cincinnati. The Cincinnati mayor
Oh
just went live.
yeah.
There's a press conference that just went live in Cincinnati. I might take a look at that in a second. But yeah, he was talking about the Cincinnati brawl.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the issue in DC. Since Big Balls got attacked.
Oh, you're right. I think that you might be right.
Damn.
Yeah.
It was
Big Balls from the Doge crew. He was out and about, and he apparently saw a young lady being harassed by a group of young teens. And allegedly, big balls that he pushed the lady into the car, and so she was safe and protected. And he turned to face this group of angry young teens, and he got beat up. I mean, he'll be all right. It wasn't the worst beating ever, but yeah, he got beat up pretty good, and he now Big Balls is a hero because he faced the young teens and saved the young lady.
I can see it already in the making. Big Balls, the making of a racist.
Hey man,
Big Balls got at least a book.
That's his origin story, man.
I'm telling you, a podcast, a book. Come out with something. Capitalize on this. You can start a whole online career now, selling Big Balls merch.
It wasn't until I was attacked by teens.
That's when my balls became racist, right?
I used to just be a number cruncher and look at things just from just a data means until it hit me. Oh man, I can just see how somebody can twist that story.
Hold on, I think I got some. I gotta pull up some images of that because you told. I saw that this morning when I woke up, and I totally forgot about it while I was doing the show because it didn't even occur to me, and I kind of just did a slight shift right at the end of the show and started talking about this stuff. But I saw a picture of the guy here. I saw a picture of the guy laid out after the fight, and look, like I said, this is not the worst thing ever. It's a lot of blood, but It could. I've seen way worse. I've probably done way worse. So this is nothing. He for this to be a bunch of guys. He did well. He did really well for himself. He came out all right. Shout out to Big Balls.
If it's more than two, it's a struggle to get at you. If it's just two, they could do a lot of damage.
Yeah, now he has blood in the game.
And what I'm wondering is how much racism is he pondering in this moment right now? Because if ever was there a moment in a white man's life to really ponder racism on a granular, atomic, structural level, like he's just sitting there, just running through all the Rolodex of racist thoughts that he wouldn't allow himself to think before. And suddenly it becomes okay.
The weird thing about all of this, Hood, is I'm surprised that there isn't as much of a hard just pro-white everything movement with all these things. Because I mean, the propaganda is sitting right there. You had the Cincinnati lady knocked out. You got Big Balls with his shirt off and blood all over him and stuff.
Look, he is silently hard R'ing like a motherfucker right
The
now.
non-use of this stuff is, I don't know, amazing, especially
But
with
it is
stuff going on right now too.
It is being used, but only subversively on the far right. Like I guarantee you, this shows up in some right-wing Kino. Some angry white male Kino video is going to feature this. It's going to show Daniel Penny, and then it's going to show Big Balls, and it's going to show you the meme, which way, white man, and they're going to use this. This is too usable. What you're talking about though is the mainstream Republican Party, the mainstream conservative party can't touch this third rail. They're afraid, and that's the moment that I've been waiting for. As a content creator, and especially being like a black guy watching this sort of stuff play out, I think more so than any other person in all of black YouTube, I have been chronicling and cataloging the white man's rising racial animus, his racial collectivism, his solidarity movement, the white wellness movement, the anti-white thing. I have been watching this whole thing grow for years, and the problem is that there's too much righteousness to just make it go away.
It's the boomer truth regime. That's the only thing that's keeping it at bay, because the boomers are still in charge of the levers of power.
Yeah. One second.
Once they go away and these zoomers are not going to kick.
Let me read this super chat real quick. Shout out to Dick Doug with the $10 super chat. He says, I work downtown Chicago. When you see a ninja laying on the sidewalk gooning, my coworker said that's old Chicago for you. They don't want to say black.
Bro.
You know what? I had something like that happen when I was walking. I was getting on the train. I was getting on the A train on Euclid in Brooklyn. And like as I'm walking up the street, you kind of have to like make a complete almost 180 turn to actually kind of get down into the train station. And so like as I kind of like, you know how you grab your arm and swing on the pole to turn around, you kind of swing with the momentum. I did like kind of one of those moves as I was walking into the train, and I kind of like swung, and I had to stop myself completely on the top of the step, because as I was about to put my foot down on the next step, I saw this dude on the bottom platform gooning hard, and then he just looked at me and froze. And then we both looked at each other for a second, and he kept going. And I turned around, and I had to get on the other side. I had to enter the train from the other way. Like, how do you walk past that?
I just want you to know that.
Swear to God, bro.
Thank you for telling me this story, Hood.
Like, it was such an amazing moment. Like it was a moment frozen in time.
It was a fucking moment. You got stealth goon.
We had. What made it terrible is for a moment we both had eye contact. There was this moment of like awareness, like, oh shit, I see him. Oh shit, he sees me. And then he broke the moment by continuing the goon. No, that's what made it crazy. Like it was a moment frozen, like oh shit, and then he totally broke it by he just kept going. And I turned around.
You know what? This could be a scene out of The Notebook right here. I'm telling you.
No, Angry Snowman. It's a scene out of Brokeback Mountain.
Oh
Hood, you just shared an intimate moment with that man.
For real, dude.
Bro, it was so fucking.
You both gooned at the same time.
Listen. I was just on my way. I was trying.
You shared a goon with him.
I had no idea. This is what made it crazy. Like like I said, I was turning the corner and I just like walk right into it, and I was like, "Oh shit, God, fuck!"
He's like the Norman Bates of gooning now.
He was just down there on the platform, bro, and the way he just looked up at me, I was like, "Oh fuck!" Oh my God! Like, how do you even walk down there? I couldn't. I just had to turn around and just go the other way. Like, what are you gonna do, bro? New York City, man. Like Chicago for you. New York City, bro. And really, what the secret is, he was black, he was a nigga. And so, like, I get it. Like, yeah, it wasn't a New York City moment. It was some gooning nigga, bro. Some gooning ass nigga, bro. That's really what it was, bro.
I work downtown too, Dick Thug, and I see the same ish, man. But I'm in the South Loop part of downtown. When I went to the Gold Coast and I see all them abandoned shops and everything, and you see the YNs. The YNs is in front of the Chicago Theater gooning, selling all type of paraphernalia, and the police just walk by like they ain't doing nothing wrong. But let me jaywalk. Let me jaywalk on State Street, man. I'm getting all type of harassments. They gonna give me a ticket. They gonna run my my name and everything. But they'll let the YNs and the ONs just do whatever they want.
That's a fucked up comment, Hood. That's a fucked up. Look at me, I captain now.
Bro, that's what it was.
Look at me.
He was. No, real shit.
I can visualize him looking at you and going, "Look at me."
No, look how primal. Look how really primal and weird this was. He was marking his territory, and I respected that shit, bro. There was no way. There was no way, bro. You own this platform now.
No
bro.
goon for you.
This is your platform.
What kind of look did he give you? Was it like help me out, brother? Or was
it was just a wide eye, like it was the same look when you catch a crackhead in your car or something. Like it was just a wide eye, like, oh shit, he caught me.
Is it the same look you get when you catch your dog licking his dick?
Oh wow! Oh,
I see. No, you gotta have to tell that joke to some white guys, bro. I have no idea what you mean.
Yeah. Hey, Hood. What was he like? Cornbread from Sinners, like maybe your own people.
Bro, I still haven't watched Sinners, but I'm gonna have to watch that movie so I can remember some of these jokes now. Man. You're gonna make me watch this movie.
Bro, I ain't watching either. But you go on YouTube, all you gotta do is type in Sinners in the shorts. You'll watch the whole entire movie without even watching the whole entire movie. For real.
One of these days, I'm gonna get around to watching it. Though I am. But nah, that shit. You just threw me back. That whole super chat just threw me down to a dark memory. I did not want to pull that memory out of the crates. But shout out to Dick Thug, bro. I had a New York moment. It was a nigga moment. All right, let's not blame New York or Chicago. Let's not besmirch their great names. That was some nigga shit, bro. That's really what that was.
Don't have a great name, sir.
Hold that, man.
As a Chicago don't have a great name, sir. I mean, we was discovered by a French nigga, but I mean, other than that, nah.
Sugar Bum, I'm gonna let you have that one. I mean, he was a homeless nigga, so it's not like I was walking down Flatbush Ave and people were just on their front porches. This is a homeless guy, but I'm gonna let you have that one, Sugar Bum. I know you've been waiting for me to say something like that to confirm all of your preconceived notions, but you got that one. But these y'all kids,
concerning the teens, though, I think. When do you think that euphemism is going to just fall apart and somebody is just gonna on the mainstream just say, hey, you need to stop saying teens?
It will be the biggest watershed moment in American history. It'll be like the Kennedy assassination. Like it'll be a huge moment, I'm telling you, because there is a simmering that whole black fatigue thing that went viral a few weeks ago. And then before that, it was like a year ago, Scott Adams kind of had his like meltdown, maybe 2 years ago at this point. Like there's just a thing simmering. Like black violence is like the Voldemort of black social life. And we dare not say its name.
You think Trump could do it after midterms?
After the midterms would be the best possible time. And if anybody could do it,
somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
God, I want it to be him. I want it so bad. I want it to be.
It just has to be said. I mean, some people have been saying teens. We know it's the blacks. We are.
God, can it please be Trump that says it? Please, 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 please.
I mean, he's on his way out. He's kind of burning MAGA down on his way out anyway. He might as well just go full kerosene, man.
Y'all remember back in the 90s when Hillary Clinton basically alluded to this word called super predator? I mean, we was trying to get the understanding of who was a super predator. I mean, no,
it was those people that lived in the racial jungle.
Right. Right. I mean, she couldn't really say the blackity blacks. I mean, because we won't be retrospect. No disrespect to you.
She did specifically say young black boys were super predators.
Oh yeah, she did. You right. Never mind.
This legislation is not about punishing parents, but it's about empowering them to take an active role in guiding their children toward positive.
So beat your kid's ass.
Oh, that is such Orwellian doublespeak. I already know this is about punishing parents, bro.
Yeah, no, I don't think that that's the way, Snowman.
You don't? Why not?
Because the people who are doing who you're proposing to do the beating are the people that need to be beat.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like they have no concept of civility.
What's going to happen? What's
Hold
going to happen?
on. SKC, let me try to find the logical through line. Beat adults, not children. Can we agree on that?
Beat the adults of the unruly children.
No, I think that the children need to be punished as well. I think what the issue
beating
is,
specifically though. I mean, when it comes to corporal punishment, beat the adults, but don't beat the children. Because I'm not so supportive of beating children. I haven't really physically disciplined my children in God knows how long. Actually, 2 of my kids have never really been spanked. So like, yeah. But I'm all about beating adults though.
Well, I think that one of the issues that has come up, Hood, is you're now at a generation where they don't even have grandparents who could lead them in the right direction. So you've gotten to a point to where you have to have hard draconian punishments for them too. But in order to rectify it, you have to punish equally the parents and the grandparents.
All right. How about this?
Hey, can we throw in the great grandparents too? Because I mean, we had a lot of teenage pregnancies going on between the boomers, Gen Xers, and millennials.
They real old. I don't want to go that far. I'd rather let the old people just phase out.
No, that's a half measure, Hood.
Perhaps. I was thinking of something though. This is not a half measure because I get you. We can call that a half measure if you will, but I'm willing to go to the extreme in other cases too. For example, that guy. So there was a prison break in Louisiana a couple months ago, and like if there were 8 guys that were in that group, only 1 guy is still remaining, right? How about his mama gets put in the stockade publicly? In town square, we put a little canopy over her so she doesn't get like rained on or bird shit or whatever. But put your mama in the stockade, and then we just have a 24-hour live stream.
If she's gonna be in the stockade, she's got to get rained on and bird shit on.
I'm amenable to it. Okay, if that's how I gotta be, we can put that on the table. All I'm saying is, how about something like that? Until he's recovered, mama got to do his time.
I concur. I agree with that. You know,
I wouldn't put her outside. I would put her in a prison, but I would live stream it.
Still live stream it though.
Yes, because the crash out in that cell is gonna be impeccable. She gonna be cursing out. She gonna be saying the kid ain't ish, his daddy ain't ish. You know what I'm saying? The chick that his daddy messing with for some reason is gonna be ain't ish, even though she ain't got nothing involved. Yeah. The crash out gonna be good. Live streaming that from prison cell. Matter of fact,
in fact, I think a lot of the punishments that you have to mete out, whether it's the adults or the teens, as it were, I think you have to live stream though.
All right, Sugar Bum wants to ask, where is your humanity hood? Sheesh. My counter to that is, how do you want a civilization or not?
Whoa! I have an answer to that. The humanity is in the same humanity that's in the photo that she has up.
Ooh,
them niggas.
Man, that's cold.
By allowing judges to levy fines or mandate community service for parents whose children repeatedly engage in criminal activities.
Something Chrissy Costello agrees with. She's the fiance of John Berardi, who was attacked by a group of juveniles in Federal Hill in Baltimore last year while out getting a pizza. The moment it happened,
Group of
caught on
juveniles.
camera.
He swung and hit me in the face with a metal pole.
He now has permanent eye.
Juvenile damage.
Where's the humanity?
I mean, seriously.
Right.
Where's the humanity here?
But they were just kids.
Juveniles, in fact.
He didn't do nothing.
Damage. John's story shows how Maryland's juvenile justice system is failing to protect residents or hold violent offenders accountable.
But Robin Salter, who works for the Maryland Office of the Public Defender, spoke out against it, saying the state already has laws in place that hold parents accountable.
Judges do hold parents accountable, and they do issue orders. Parents are in the—
Man, why you lying?
In different counties, being jailed when they don't.
But Senator William Holden firing back.
Are you aware that certain jurisdictions, probably the jurisdiction potentially where this assault that we heard about today—
I love the racial symbolism of it all. Notice black woman opposite big giant white man.
In place that hold parents
Big
accountable.
giant bald-headed white man.
Hey, Sugar Bum, only thing I gotta do what Joe Clark told me to do. He said all I gotta do is stay black and die, and everything else will fall in place. Forget that.
Nah,
Sugar Bum, we ain't doing nothing.
Let those people do something.
What you mean?
Let the individuals in the photo do something. I mean, it looks like something out of Dr. Seuss anyway, so maybe they have answers.
Bro, no, this is like a scene out of the Hunger Games. You know, matter of fact, that's what we need. That's exactly what we need, a Hunger Games. Or some type of diversion. We need a diversion or a Hunger Games type of situation.
Are you really suggesting? Are you suggesting that we make poor people fight to the death for food?
Yes.
I'm
other resources too. They need medicine, water, things like that, bro. Batteries, gasoline. There's all kinds of things.
Your mom needs chemo. I guess you're the next.
Would you allow for a new Running Man?
There's a new movie coming out. That'd be crazy though.
No. What we really need is Gideon's Traveler. I don't think a lot of people need to live past 30 years old no more. We see the ramifications, even with us millennials. I really don't think that a lot of us need to live past 35 no more. There's too many people on Earth. Forget the so-called statistics that we underpopulate. Forget that. A lot of you motherfuckers don't need to be here. Even though I hate I hate Margaret Sanger. I'm kind of still pro eugenics. We gotta make the great race great again. So I'm down with it. Yeah. Gideon's Traveler. That's what I'm on.
I think you could. I really think you could use. I think you can really use all of the live streaming to their advantage now. I really do think that if we had a real, I really do think that if we had a real world Running Man, that it would work now.
I think that's the concept behind the new movie. They got a Running Man remake coming out, and it's basically him against an entire small nation or whatever. And so he's got to survive or whatever the whole country, and it's going to be live stream, and it's like modern. So people are going to have cell phones and all that, little gizmos and gadgets and shit.
But I think the kids.
But I want to get back to this. I want to get back to this clip though. I want to see what happens with this parental accountability thing, because we might get to the Running Man, but we're on the path. This is the path to the Running Man. We got to do the steps, bro. The steps are important.
Parents are in the truancy world in different counties, being jailed when they don't.
But Senator William Holden firing back.
Are you aware that certain jurisdictions, probably the jurisdiction potentially where this assault that we heard about today occurred, has cases against juveniles being dismissed because they don't show up? So there's zero accountability.
So clearly we're speaking about the parental accountability, right? And so I think clearly the court has
Get a
permission
white man.
to either hold out the abeyance of the dismissal, order the parties in, issue a writ, but that's still all codified. This bill
Right.
doesn't change any of that.
Well, actually, I mean, the senator is bringing forward a measure that's going to help. She's trying to facilitate another method because the program that's in place that you're speaking of apparently is failing.
I am in court with clients and their families daily, and overwhelmingly parents are showing up with their children.
Now, wait a minute. Her job is a public defender. Oh my God. They literally got B-Dub. That's a lawyer. That's a public defender. Oh, I hate her for to defend me. Yeah. You can continue. You can continue.
She accept payments in food.
Oh,
I mean, she's up against it though, because think about it. She's not just a public defender. In this moment, she's kind of representing the interest of all the women who have wayward children and they can't manage them right. And so she's the public defender for all Black single moms in the Maryland district. I don't know if this is a Baltimore thing or a Maryland state government's thing, but she's actually now acting as the public defender of baby mamas.
It's a lot. It's a lot that they're going through, man. 300,000 jobs missing. Now you're talking about they have to pay for the ill effects of the YNs.
I said it yesterday, man. Women just be going through stuff, bro. Can't help it. They just it's rough. Things be happening.
Kamala lost.
Just one thing after another, bro. Just been piling on since January.
2025 has been a bad
And while
year.
this debate is only heating up in Annapolis, parent accountability is something that Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates has been pushing and has also repeatedly spoken about as well, saying he also wants to hold parents accountable when their kids commit crimes. Live in Baltimore, Jessica Babb, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching.
Leaders to get a handle on these violent teen takeovers all across the city. Thanks for joining us on the news at 11. I'm Larry Miller. Well, earlier this morning, we saw teens causing chaos in Northwest Washington.
You know what's crazy?
Look at
Pause 1 second. What's crazy is that if that was a bunch of white teens, you would hear nothing. The headline would be this violent white supremacist takeover. Guaranteed. But instead, it's a teen takeover.
Well, what I do notice when it's white guys, when it is white guys, it's typically like very stereotypically college or professional football championship games. And a lot of the, how the race hustle people will be like, you see them? That's just like what the black folk do. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it looks bad, but it's not. That's not what we're really talking about here.
I'm just saying, I've been noticing this a lot, and even more so in the last probably 8-9 years, that if it's black people acting crazy on the news, they make sure to omit whatever the race is. If it's white people doing stuff on the news that makes them look bad, they make sure that they point out the race of the person that did said bad thing.
Well, yeah, that's the basic deal.
You know something, Snowman? I know that this will hit with Hood too, but remember a long time ago where people were saying that when YouTube was censoring really hard and people found out different ways of how to describe things, a lot of the people on the left were calling them cowards and all of that stuff. And now you have the news doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's an ironic twist. But see, they're approaching it from completely different motivational bases, right? So when the right did it, it was to dodge punishment. So I'm using colorful language to tell the truth, whereas the left is using colorful language to hide the truth. And so these are actually polar opposites of one another. But it is an interesting phenomenon, but that really is what's happening. Like the left is using colorful language to hide truth, whereas the right uses colorful language to actually tell you the truth. And so when we have to do it, it's to keep the message alive and dodge the censorship. They want to actually maintain mental censorship and self-imposed censorship, actually, by using all this sanitized language like teens and youths and crazy jogger, and woman was attacked by a crazed driver, stuff like that. They will go so far with the euphemisms. It's like really a right-wing trend with the noticing media euphemisms for Black violence.
A car plowed into 25 people.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. Whereas a white supremacist shoots up a Jason Aldean concert.
Right. It's becoming just hard to not notice how things play out.
These recent incidents are impacting businesses and the different solutions now being proposed.
Video WUSA 9 captured Saturday morning showed yet another violent teen takeover, this time in Northwest DC at the corner of 14th and U Street. The disturbing images show several people being assaulted in the middle of the intersection.
I think it's imperative that we hunker down and we start educating our children on the perils that come with the behavior that we're showing.
Baba Harshan says he was out there walking with his daughter when things...
What's a peril?
I have no fucking idea what that word is he just made up.
Is that hand sanitizer?
I also don't know what children's are.
Children's, chillins. You know how they say it, chillin'.
Chitlins?
Chitlins?
Chillins.
All right.
Children.
We have to sort this out. We have to sort this out later.
It's imperative that we hunker down and we start educating our children on the perils that come with the behavior that we're showing.
Baba Harshan says he was out there walking with his daughter when things turned violent.
Well, it was a lot of children out. I think truancy needs to do a better job on the curfew.
The incident happened around 12:30
Truancy doesn't have nothing to do with curfew.
In a statement to WUSA 9, DC police said the teenagers were involved in, quote, disorderly behavior. Video from our team showed something more serious. 6 teens were stopped for violating DC curfew law. 2 of them were from DC, 3 from Montgomery County, and 1 from Prince George's County. 2 were arrested for carrying a pistol without a license.
You need to have crowd control because, businesses need to operate and families need to be safe.
It impacts all of our businesses.
Nate Long owns 2 locations of District Alley Bar. He says the chaos has turned away customers from his U Street location. And another problem?
They've been out here standing on cars and stuff before the whole Navy Yard thing. And they know that nothing's going to happen to them because their age is going to save them.
Now, to combat these teen takeovers, the Wharf has imposed a curfew, meaning unaccompanied teenagers are not allowed in this location from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. The curfew ends Tuesday, but could be extended.
It's not like you can just say a curfew is going to stop all crime. That makes no sense.
This isn't a reasonable or fair response to punish all kids for the actions of some.
As far as other solutions,
I think a better response is coming up with more third places that don't cost money.
There can be.
Did they ask?
They're punishing the white kids because the black kids be wilding.
I was about to say, did they even interview a black kid?
That's the deal, right? We're punishing the white kids because, we can't just segregate. We can't have a curfew for just the black kids. So therefore, we have to punish the white kids.
Something, and I'm just looking at this more from a different angle. I was thinking about when an invasive species is added to an area, and how when it doesn't have a natural predator.
That kind of reminds me of the whole civil rights phenomenon. Why is it that black folk seem to be more productive, more morally upright, even more educated back before the civil rights era? One of the wicked byproducts of the civil rights era was a complete obliteration of all the good things that you could point to in Black America. And it is kind of a thing of like, once the white man took his boot off you niggas' necks, you niggas didn't want to perform anymore. You just wanted to shuck and jive. Natural predator theory. I mean, there's something to it, isn't it?
I mean, the same thing happened in Reconstruction, though, Hood. I mean, you coming out the Civil War, you start seeing overabundance of so-called educated blacks from the 1870s. By the 1920s, basically, literacy was down. Common decency. We all talk about the roaring 20s, both the 1920s and the 2020s now too. Go figure. Degeneracy, hedonism, materialism, being very, very uncouth. You know what I'm saying? And basically, we just been in a time loop for the last 100 some years. If you catch my drift.
More youth programs to keep them busy, put some money in their pocket, i.e. what I'm wearing. It's funny that y'all interviewing me with this sweater on, because this is what helped save my life. Mayor Barry creating a program allowing me to have some money in my pocket at the age of 13.
Now another
Didn't Mary Barry smoke crack?
Yeah, it's all in the puzzle. It's all together, bro. This is all, you got to see the big picture of it all, bro. It's connected. So you have obviously Marion Barry, but he's in the background in this story. You have this black community that's been obliterated on the one hand by government program and policy. And now you have the young men who they can't turn to their own family and social networks for a hand up or a way out. And so now, well, the government gave me money. The government, gave me books to read. The government even gave me this dope ass sweatshirt. Look at this sweatshirt. The government gave me this. I love the government.
Put some money in their pocket, i.e. what I'm wearing. It's funny that y'all.
The government even put crack in the hood for them to sell.
This is what helped save my life. Mayor Barry creating a program allowing me
the infamous black hoodie.
There it is. There it is, bro. I'm telling you, it's all interconnected. It's all together. You see the dots on the map touching each other. Like, this is all a thing, bro. I'm telling you.
Man, you better bake this to a damn conspiracy, ain't you, man? Y'all see the symbolism right here. The black hoodie, when we got the black hood conservative, man. Hold on.
Look, man, the government gave me my hoodie.
Some money in my pocket at the age of 13.
Now, another alternative to this problem we're seeing is this event happening right here behind me with DC Department of Parks and Recreation that allows teens to come together to party and play games with supervision. Now, not many kids here right now, but we can tell you that we have been told that at least 1,700 kids typically come to events like this. Now, they are having another event just like this to, again, bring kids out, happening on Sunday. Alexis Wainwright, WUSA 9.
Well, this weekend, a Navy Yard resident is taking it upon herself to try and calm recent violence in her neighborhood by creating a tighter bond with her fellow residents. Our John Duran walked with her this afternoon and tells us that she hopes that she can be a helpful resource for residents and business owners who.
Do you think it's your neighboring business owners that are having the teen takeovers? I don't understand. What do you hope to do with that?
Well, I think one of the issues that they are trying to confront is they're trying to do the same thing over and over again. They're trying to say these kids need more resources. If the business owners would share their wealth with the single mothers' households, then this issue wouldn't be going on and so forth. So I think it's one of those things that they're trying to go the commie route to fix the issue.
Democratic
they're gonna pull their money and buy a basketball goal and put it on the street corner. So when the kids come to do a takeover, they're gonna be like, "Why don't you guys just play some basketball instead?"
Yeah,
that'll do it. That's how you solve it.
As if violence doesn't occur on the basketball. Don't they even have movies about basketball court violence and so forth?
Above the rim, hell yeah.
But I think what this brought to mind was that thing that you sent me on X about the Boulay families.
I mean, there's no actually like defend the Boulay family, but I know what you're trying to say. I know what you're trying to say.
Well, yeah, there is a whole black upper class that kind of they're invisible in all this, but they're there. They're definitely there, but they're invisible though.
Who are concerned. He continues our coverage.
Friday night saw an increased police presence in Navy Yard after a chaotic teen takeover last weekend resulted in 3 arrests. One woman I spoke to is taking a different approach in preventing something like that from happening again.
Are you passing out shotguns?
No, it's gonna be. I need to connect more with people in the neighborhood. The people that have more need to give more in order to prevent the kids from acting in a bad way, as if money is going to give them civility.
What if you just shot one of them in the foot though?
I mean, the affluent woman, urban feminist liberal, aka the awfuls, this is what they vote for. You know what I'm saying? This is number of the a political tool to go ahead and basically get more Democratic socialist votes in the future.
Wait,
you know
I just noticed something. Chi Williams, that's a black woman.
Yeah, it's as if no one is watching all of the media of young black teens, youth, whatever you want to put it, flaunting a bunch of money and still having the same behavior.
I just want to point out how all these black women have gaslit the shit out of everyone and convinced them that black people have no power, when that's all you see is black women in positions of power fucking everything up.
I noticed, bro. I have been noticing for quite a while. I've been on the forefront of noticing. I'm kind of tired of noticing. It's actually depressing how much I've noticed over the years.
We are absolutely winning right now. Absolutely. We have done more than change the conversation. We changed the balance of power in the federal government.
Taking a different approach in preventing something like that from happening again.
Trying to make a difference in Navy Yard here.
Go Chi-Chi. Go Chi-Chi.
Chi Williams is pounding the pavement to better her neighborhood.
So I wanted to know if I could leave a flyer here for the neighbors. Yes.
The lifelong Washingtonian and 5-year resident of Navy Yard is attempting to build a tighter bond with her neighbors, organizing several community walks throughout the long weekend and letting local businesses in on the effort.
So I'm doing some walks today, tomorrow, and Monday. But just talk to them and let them know what are their ideas for the community, what concerns that they have. And I'll be able to take that information to the ANC and provide that to them to see if we could come up with some solutions.
The ANC? Bitch, is this South Africa? What do you mean what ANC is she talking about? The African National Congress? What do you mean?
Community, what concerns that they have, and I'll be able to take that information to the ANC and provide that to them to see if we could come up with some solutions.
The All Negro Caucus? Who are these people? Do they have control over these children?
Fast solutions.
Last weekend, DC police arrested 3 teens after reports of robbery and fights.
We've seen groups of juveniles causing disturbances, damaging property, jumping on tables in restaurants, causing affrays and fighting in public spaces. And
another one.
Clip.
Bro, they're everywhere, bro. Every time you pick up a rug, you pull a piece of furniture away from the wall, you just find a black woman in a position of power, bro. Everywhere you look.
Bro, but no, not just any position. She is literally the head of the disciplinarian. She's the head disciplinarian of this so-called city. She supposed to be Uber mother.
Man, what were the excuses at first, Hood? The police don't look like us.
Now all the police chiefs are over. They're like elderly lesbian black women now.
You need more black teachers. You need more
elderly lesbian black women. Again, elderly lesbian black women. All of them. They're all over 40. They're all lesbians and they're all black.
And they all got short hair. They all got this short hair, the granny glasses, the so-called double chin with the little whistles coming at the what's the name at the part. Yeah, it's always them.
Police Chief Uberstud.
Uberstaden.
Yeah, she's German. Shout out to True Hype with the 5 ball. He said, so all you got to do is talk and everything will change now. Why hasn't anyone thought about this before now? Because we didn't have cell phones. That's why. Nobody was talking before. And so now that we have cell phones, we can actually solve crime with the power of cell phone technology. That's basically the plan.
But Hood though, they listen, but they won't budge. That's the problem. They listen, but they won't budge.
All right, let's get back to the Uberstud. Shout out to Chief Uberstud.
We've seen groups of juveniles causing disturbances, damaging property, jumping on tables in restaurants, causing affrays and fighting in public spaces, and even engaging in violent behavior.
As a parent of an 18-year-old, it hurts my heart to see kids performing those acts and to...
Damn, you look kind of young. Let me take them glasses off. How old are you? You got an 18-year-old?
Fight and disrespect the police officers as well as the community. So that right there just made me just be like, look, it's time to stand up.
And take another step towards a safer neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm ready to get Navy Yard back on track.
We're all about building DC back. That's our motto.
One thing that I've noticed about this,
WUSA 9.
the lady in pink,
happening right.
She's not talking to any young black people.
No. I question that from the beginning. Why are you talking to business owners?
Bro.
That's like building solidarity among the victims. Like, how does that solve the crime though?
See, you gotta understand the black woman is God. You gotta understand that she can't just go to the young dudes because they don't have the money to go ahead and worship her with. You know what I'm saying? They gotta go to the middle age, old ends and the M ends, I guess you could call it MANs. Damn, middle-aged niggas. Damn, man. Damn. I think I came up on something. But yeah, see, she knows that her beggary is only secluded to dudes that got at least a receding hairline and a couple hairs on their chin. It won't work on the kids.
After more than 300 teens overwhelmed and ransacked stores at a mall and nearby shopping center.
New at 10, KTV's Zach Sauce live for us in Brentwood tonight after speaking with employees of some of those shops. Zach?
Yeah, and those employees I spoke to say they weren't entirely surprised when this happened. They say the whole thing had been promoted on social media through a number of posts in advance. No exterior damage to any of the stores that I've seen, but a number of them were ransacked on the inside, leaving people who were around at the time uneasy.
Just chaos. It was just the cops chasing the kids around, the kids fighting, and it just got rowdier and rowdier. And then
several posts to social media capturing hundreds of teens descending on an outside mall and shopping plaza in Brentwood Friday afternoon. Two employees of different shops at the streets of Brentwood describing what unfolded, but asking for their faces not to appear on camera.
The whole mall shut down, and we were asked to close down as well.
Police say several fights broke out, businesses were ransacked, and that some teens ran in and out of traffic. Neither of the employees we spoke to say their businesses were impacted, but the Rayleigh's supermarket across the street apparently was.
It makes me very upset for my son. I have a 4-year-old son.
This looks like a middle to upper middle class suburban neighborhood. Well, not neighborhood, but shopping area.
And so my son doesn't need to see that.
Insert invasive species.
Right, because these kids have cars now. There's this thing too where, like, if you put a train station in a certain neighborhood, now those kids can take the train to the mall. And so I think there might be a theory as to like what they would call I don't know, urban racism, municipal racism. It's like, listen, man, if you put that over there near the black kids, it's just going to be problems. But then, like, it's actually like borne out in reality. Like if so the idea of
wasn't there an old
Wasn't there what?
statement? There goes the neighborhood.
Right. Well, this is what I was thinking, as Casey. Does crime create poverty, or does poverty create crime? That's kind of is like a back and forth between the left and right. And because people on the left will tell you that Black communities that are messed up, they look the way they look because poverty creates crime. But I think it's in reality, crime actually encourages poverty, because if you can't actually run a business safely, then all the economic activity that could have been brought into an area is now going to avoid that area. And the people who could have benefited from being the low-level employees, the first-time jobs and teenage employees, that sort of thing, they now have to go further and further away to look for those opportunities. And so you now have an economically depressed, crime-ridden neighborhood, because crime is always an economic reality. People will always steal and kill and rob or whatever for money, but the real jobs don't come here.
I think there's
now we're seeing how that works.
I think there's a third option in all of that. So far as the crime, poverty loop, I think certain cultures create crime and poverty.
Go through it more.
Take for instance, the old Romani gypsies.
Okay.
They're not going to create a society of high trust and wealth, and they're just not going to do that, because the culture is a leeching culture that accepts criminality as a virtue.
Norm, a virtue. Oh yeah.
So
same thing. Norms are virtues.
So when you have a certain culture that pushes antisocial behaviors as vices, and the women in those in said culture wants to reproduce with the people who are engaged in the most antisocial activity, then that's where you have that loophole of the culture creates crime and poverty.
And right, and CP Laundress knows exactly what I was referring to. He says it's a reason they refuse to expand the train subway system in Georgia, Atlanta, because you don't want to give even more easier travel access to a certain class of people. Like, let's just be honest. We want them to stay where they are.
His community.
Rochelle Clancy says she wasn't there when the teens showed up en masse, but that it wasn't unexpected.
It was all over the Brentwood community, Facebook.
Several days before the mayhem, she says posts like this one began circulating, promoting the mall takeover, apparently part of a recent online trend spreading across the country at other malls and shopping centers.
Police, responded. I just wish that we prevented it and the business didn't have to close, and that it didn't affect the community.
A big hit for stores on a Friday night in this bedroom community. Another employee at the mall wondering if police underestimated what was about to occur.
My daughter's on social media. She's a teenager and she knew about it days before I did. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if the cops thought it was going to be as crazy as it was.
5 teens were arrested during the night, and at one point, officers performing what they called a, quote, high-risk stop on a vehicle because it was reported the driver had a firearm. Police say no guns were found and no arrests made. In a statement posted to Brentwood Police's Facebook page, the department saying in part, quote, "We will not tolerate this kind of behavior in our city. Disorderly conduct, violence, and any form of assault on law enforcement or civilians will be met with immediate and appropriate enforcement action."
Not okay. And I think it's the parents' responsibility.
And 4 teens were cited for misdemeanors and arrested. Another cited and arrested for battery. The community is certainly hoping this is the last they have seen of events like this. Mike?
Western suburbs are investigating a teen takeover at a Park District pool.
This happened over the weekend at the Sunset Pool in Glen Ellen. WGN's Courtney's.
Why you won't mess with them white folks?
Police estimate between 200 and 300 people came out here to Sunset Pool.
You notice they don't. There's no real purpose in doing a teen takeover in the ghetto. They literally go in the middle of a bridge. They go in the downtown district or something like that. They never do it in the ghetto because, somebody might shoot you.
But but then you have to go around the people that are supposed to be the racists and that hate you.
Bro, that's literally what bro, look, y'all gotta understand. See, I'm in the Chicagoland area. See, Glen Ellen is literally like about 95 to 97% black, bro. I mean, white. You going over there first of all, y'all, they better be glad that the old timers, you know what I'm saying, like the boomers, the racist boomers, now outside with their Klan robes on and with some nooses around there, and they probably be like, I ain't know you Negroes even know how to swim. Second of all, yeah, you going to Glen Ellen, which is, I hate to say it, not only is it 97% white, it's probably one of the wealthiest towns near the Chicagoland. So you not only messing up the white people's money, you also trying to get yourself Jim Crow'd.
How would they get Jim Crow'd if the crow is gone?
The crow never left.
Well, that's what I'm questioning, because if the crow was still there, the fear would be there.
Cool Kamasi, they're not. Look, there's too many of them. The boomers will never die. They like cockroaches. We're gonna keep on dealing with the boomers to the year 2080, like I keep telling y'all. They are the problem. There's too many of them. But yeah. What you had to say, SKC? I'm sorry about that.
Well, what I was saying is I think that the issue is that the actual Jim Crow is gone. Because if it did exist, there would be no way that the teens would even dare to go there in the first place.
You must not be acquainted with Chicago. What's the name? Chicago people just don't give a f. Even when we was on racist times. I mean, look, we have one of the biggest segregated cities of any type of city, and guess what? We still get bucked. So yeah, this is up their alley, bro.
What I'm saying is there's a big difference between people not caring and people coming up missing. And I don't think that the teens have any fear of coming up missing by going into Glen Ellen.
Well, sure, they need to, because they messing up all the people's money around there. But I passed them up.
For 5 o'clock Saturday, some of them causing issues, resulting in it being closed down for the remainder of the day.
Glen Ellen's really a quiet town. I know I've been talking to some of the parents today and a couple of the kids too, and they were definitely kind of freaked out.
On a scorching Saturday, a chance for families to cool off and enjoy the Park District Sunset Pool, delving into what witnesses call chaos. Video shared with WGN shows the moment a manager was pushed into the lap pool while trying to get the young crowd to leave. A young man appears to help her out of the water while others can be seen laughing. Police say some of the people in the group went in without paying, were smoking pot, drinking alcohol, and setting off fireworks. Police called in backup from area agencies to help disperse the crowds. John Horace lived in Glen Ellen for a long time and was at the pool Saturday leaving before everything happened.
Yeah, it was a peaceful day, I guess, up until later in the day. I was long gone by then.
Police sources say many of these so-called teen takeovers are organized on social media pages like this one, naming places from Chicago to the suburbs. One of the posts referencing Naperville, and police say they were aware and had officers ready, but no issues were reported. It's not clear whether this was connected or if that group came to Glen Ellen instead.
They're coming with an intent to be disruptive. There's no question about that. And they're putting that out there. They like I said earlier, they want to film everything.
Retired Riverside Police Chief Tom Weitzel says it's important agencies
Just a question, real
keep
quick.
up on social media because that's where these are being organized. He also says it presents a challenge for law enforcement.
And I'm only thinking of it from just the economics. You know how much that costs to divert resources, police resources to a particular area just at the posting of a potential takeover?
So what you're saying is segregation was economically efficient, is what I'm hearing.
Well, I'm saying that when people bring up things like reparations and all of those, the costs that take place that are incurred from just simple things like this. I mean, how can you substantiate that over, I don't know, even a summer?
I'll counter that with a story. I don't know how real the story was, but allegedly back in their days of racism, I don't know if this was like the 50s or 60s, but there was a pool, and I think it was like a public pool or whatever, but maybe it was in the the wrong neighborhood or something like that. And anyway, these black kids went to go jump in the pool, and the white guy, this is why it became a racist story. Apparently some white guy like poured some kind of, I don't know, caustic chemical in the water, something to like mess up the water. Way cheaper than calling all those cops. And what I'm thinking about though is back in the day, pools, specifically public pools, were like a little racism battleground. We don't want these niggas in our pools. And now it just kind of, it's like we've almost come full circle.
It wasn't you specifically. It was your hair grease we didn't want in our pools.
I thought the chlorine would have just fixed all that up. Anyway. It's just now it seems like we've kind of come full circle to this point where like you're making all of the reasoning behind segregation look actually practical and efficient at this point.
Well, I'm just stating that just some very basic things that a lot of the other people don't ever throw into consideration. I think there are very few people that talk about such things. The economic resources that are required in order to handle things like this. If there's no way that you could insert this into a city budget with any sort of accuracy, or
there's another way
substantiated before the taxpayers.
Well, you got to remember, like where
I
grew
have
up,
another
where I grew up and we had a public pool. It was actually the students that ran the public pool when it was open. Okay, it was owned by.
Quaint.
No, I'm just saying, like the lifeguards were the upperclassmen in high school. You know, the people that
How small a town we're talking about?
I graduated in a class of about 70 kids.
Quaint. And it's not a jab or nothing.
No, what I'm saying though is
small town America.
Right, but what I'm saying is if you just shrink that down, instead of it being a town, a community, that's how you would have to run it, and it basically not be such a cost burden as basically let your high school kids run it. And do you actually have any high school kids that you could trust with running it and operating it properly
these niggas
in the city?
Them niggas right there, them niggas, nah. They pushing people in the pool and stuff. You can't trust them to
What
run
steps
this.
they can take.
You just can't go in there and just, arrest every single teenager and push them around and force them out. You can't do that, okay?
Oh man, we used to be a proper country.
But why can't we do?
Once upon a time, that's literally what you would have done.
I mean, because I'm just
Yeah, why
thinking
can't you,
about
SKC?
and I'm thinking about all of the costs. It's like your insurance premiums are going to go up. I mean, from auto to homeowner to commercial property. Your zip code, property values are going to drop. You have to pay more for all sorts of mental health programs and schools and
Oh, the
clinics.
lady that got pushed in the pool, she needs therapy.
There's going to be larger issues at schools with police and what do they call them, resource officers and junk. All of these intangible costs. You have to it's just so much.
Lock their mamas up.
They even have resource officers in small, like super small town schools now too, though. That's crazy.
Good grief. I haven't even thought about all the municipal stuff, the court cases, the court stuff, all of the extra people that you have to have on hand for a bunch of cases that should have never taken place, and all of the extra police paperwork, the overtime.
Hey, I had a third option. This is just a proposal. Don't judge me here. Just throwing it out there.
The purge.
Who does the cleanup?
Armed
all of
mass
this stuff?
vigilantism.
The purge.
A mini purge.
Who does the cleanup for all of this stuff?
The city. Some fat guy named Ted, his crew.
So you have to respond, and the smaller suburban agencies have to get cooperations from their neighbors. You do have to go in, clear it out. Sometimes they'll move on to the next location. They'll publicize that. They are traveling by car, that's for sure.
Park District Management says
Start impounding vehicles. You're gonna have to figure out how to get back home tonight. Call your mom so we can lock your mom up. All roads lead back to put their moms in jail. Okay, I am not budging off this point. I don't think you can bribe me. You can't intellectually convince me. You're gonna have to physically beat me off of this point. All right, put their moms in jail.
Hood.
They gotta go to jail, bro. No, what?
Hold on, I agree with you, sir. The question is what are we doing with the kids after we put the moms in jail? Are we giving them to their fathers?
I don't
No. They gotta go too. They gotta go too.
The plank, bro. I don't really care what happens to them. That's your punishment. You're forgotten.
What did the FBI director say? He said about them being deported. They gotta be deported. They could be locked up with them.
No, hold on, because now my question is this: so you're going to take already unsupervised kids and give them less supervision? Then
let the streets eat them, bro. They'll get dealt with one way or another. I'm thinking about big picture stuff here.
That's what I'm thinking of as big picture stuff here, man. There has to be a reckoning that fatherhood is a must in this country.
That part will work itself out, but I'm with you though. This is like the hammer and the anvil. You be the anvil, I'll be the hammer.
This is like an ends justify the means type of argument, but like y'all said though, I suggest not even prison. I say the funny farm, and what I mean by the funny farm, I mean the mental institution. Put both of them in there. They both get self-corrected.
Dick Thug has another proposal. It's kind of late in the game, but he says, although I'm pro-life, was Margaret Sanger onto something? A little late in the game for that. That's basically just execute the kids. You want to
you don't have to execute them. You don't have to execute them. They're already executing themselves.
No,
yeah, pretty much.
I think you have to get them away from civilized society somehow. Snowman, because it's not as though they just want to eliminate themselves at a point, because they're populating too quickly to eliminate themselves in the first place. But they also want to eliminate people that have nothing to do with them.
Gonna have to put them on that Lord of the Flies island.
safety of their guests and staff is their number one priority, and that's why they worked with police to be able to shut this down for the remainder of the day. As far as arrests here, there was one reported for illegal use of fireworks, according to Glen Ellen police. In Glen Ellen tonight, Courtney Spinelli, WGN News.
And that's what I'm saying, Snowman. I almost think that a way to
If I was a president, the first thing I would do, I ain't gonna lie, I'm black and I'm proud, but I hate niggas though. I swear. I find a way. I swear to God, because like niggas be geeking, like a lot wrong with our country because of niggas. I swear to God, every other culture look out for themselves. Niggas be geeking, like niggas are the reason why America is the way it is. And white people too, no bullshit though. But niggas be geeking though, for real. So I gotta do something about the niggas though. I gotta keep them in line. I keep them in line, bro. We gotta make some laws for niggas. No bullshit.
Can you keep them in line?
That's what they first. Niggas first, and then everybody else.
But can you actually keep them in line?
Yes, you can. See, Angry Snowman, everybody on the panel. Do y'all remember a particular movie? I think it was Kevin Hart's first movie. It was called Paper Soldiers. And they had Charlie Murphy in there. Yeah, Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, but movies aren't real life.
Oh no! See, the thing is, art imitates life, and life imitates art. See, he had a good solution to dealing with because he hated niggas too, and so do I. And the best way to go ahead and basically deal with the nigga class, if the first approach was to slap him, the last approach is to shoot him. Just saying.
So we got another team takeover, Memphis, Tennessee. Oh, wow. Didn't expect that.
Dude, somebody set off some black cats?
They shooting! They shooting!
Why? I don't understand it. Why?
Oh, get out of there! I don't even play like that.
Damn, they dumb.
Where my bitch at? Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. They acting the bullshit. What the fuck, nigga? Where my bitch? They want my bitch go. I don't know they do. Nigga, I got down. I don't got my strap on.
Damn, she said she got her strap on. Steven with the $20 super chat. Shout out to Steven. He says, black men are severely demoralized when we advocate for Jim Crow rather than promoting more powerful, intelligent, and ruthless black men to police the lower orders of ninjas. You remember this group called the Detroit 300?
Oh, Lord.
I don't think black America has the internal motivation to do it.
Is that anything like Sparta's 300?
Not at all. Not at all. So remember, Snowman, that whole thing about black people being more racist, and I told them they can't be more racist because you're too feminist to be racist. Same thing. That's the difference between the Detroit 300 and your Sparta 300. They're too feminist to do anything right.
Wow.
Yeah, they were taken down by a bunch of chicks.
And Sparta was pretty gay.
I know, and they were still kicking ass. Like
crazy.
History is ironic like that. But
it is an interesting comment though. He says demoralized when we advocate for Jim Crow rather than promoting blah 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 blah. Well, I mean, one has proven to be effective.
Right. I don't run from that at all. I mean, even calling it demoralized, I suppose that may actually have to necessarily be true. Doesn't change the equation, though.
Yeah, it's like you can want 6 plus 6 to equal 15, but it doesn't.
I mean, I don't know.
Something's lacking. So
listen, whether it's Obama, whether it's that the gay dude running Chicago right now, I just don't know that black leadership really has it in them.
I don't even, and just the fine hair, the splitting of the hair, as it were. I don't believe that the culture can produce the outcomes that Stephen Carter is talking about.
Actually, it can, but unfortunately, I think it's gonna have to be the talented 10th bunch of that type of crowd that's gonna be able to do it.
I don't even think they can do
Here's
it. The reason why I
and I'm gonna tell you,
they've already isolated themselves because they know they can't do it. Oh, go ahead, Hood.
There's another thing. All of that plus ideologically, they themselves kind of only coalesce around blackness and opposition to white. A lot of this sort of white oppositional stuff is carried on by the comfortable upper middle class black folk. And so when that energy runs amok with the lower middle class black folk, they can pull back and be like, oh, no, that's not me. I'm not like that. It's you too. It's you too. And so from an ideological perspective, they would also associate cracking down on black people as white supremacy.
Correct. Wow. But
so I just don't know that the leadership has it in them, bro.
And that's I would say the issue, Hood, because when you show me that clip, I recall being around and hearing the exact same thing stated. You know, that it's not about race, it's about class and blah 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 blah, and that you don't have any excuses and such. But in those same rooms, if a white person was to come into the room and talk and so forth, then they switch gears and go into the whole racial conflict thing when they know that they don't teach their kids to excel in life in that way. So it's a lot of double speak, and I think they fooled a lot of people into believing that they are a solution, and they're certainly not.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that clip up so you can see, so everybody understands what we're talking about here. Because I know I have that clip saved for further for something later. I was gonna use that for something. Haven't worked it out yet, but now is a great time to pull it up. I know it's not that. Here it is. Bam, I got it.
Before you do that, I think you may want to consider Steven's follow-up super chat. It's very telling.
Really now. When we need white men to rule over us, we are simply no longer men. Damn. Remember back in the civil rights era with those big white placards, I am a man?
Uh-huh.
That was in Memphis.
How low we've swung, right?
Yeah, just like it's just the whole thing of when you have to place a color before man or whatever, I think you've already lost.
And that's actually key. Those placards didn't say I am a black man. It said I am a man. And somewhere along the line, the civil rights movement went from we want to be men to we are black men. And then from there, it really got dark, and it turned into all this other female goddess. We was kangs.
Wait, check out, what's our motto? We was kangs. We was kangs.
Yeah, it got stupid.
And before I miss his super chat, shout out to True Hype with that 5-ball. He said they shooting. Made you look. It's Memphis. There is no reason or meaning they have shootouts at gas stations. I mean, imagine having a shootout at a gas station, though. Niggas really be doing that. I've seen too many videos of that now, bro. It's wild.
Bro, don't talk about shootings at gas station. Remember the Uber simp that gunned down a guy that was trying to get his merchandise off here in my city about a couple of months back?
All because he was just trying to sell some butt to his girl. He came out the car, started blasting.
Oh yeah, that was like at a gas station. Yeah, bro, I remember seeing that video. Look, man, you can't even sell weed to niggas no more.
And ironically, Hood, that I Am a Man movement started in Memphis. That was the actual reason why Martin Luther King went down to Memphis that time, because they was doing the I Am a Man boycott for the garbage guy workers down there. You know what I'm saying? And fast forward 60-some years later, niggas getting gunned down in gas stations in Memphis.
Let me share this. Let me share this Black Boule clip. We gotta get out of here in a minute. I gotta go to work soon. But the Black Boule.
Privileged, wealthy, well-connected Black people exist in decent-sized numbers.
We're invisible.
Why?
Because we don't match the stereotype. The stereotype for Black Americans is poverty, failure, victimization, and mediocrity.
These are great. Dr. Miles, a mother of 3, emphasizes success in her home with a family hall of fame. The hall is covered with photographs dating back to the 1850s.
That's my dad.
1850s.
These are all doctors. And that's Grandpa Henry. Basically made a fortune before the Civil War. This all had graduate degrees at the time when most people didn't have a college degree.
23 years ago, Dr. Miles created the Tuxedo Ball.
Actually, this tells
These are the Oak Bluff Black people.
To mingle.
We were talking about the Oak Bluff Ralph Lauren fashion line the other day. That's who this is for. Their history, their culture.
And make professional connections.
Juliana. Shall we retire to the sunroom?
Yes.
That would be delightful.
The Miles
Got a
family
black butler.
are pillars of the capital's historic Black elite.
Sun people with a sunroom.
Given them a very different perspective.
Black people know how to do race talk because it's a necessity in all the parts of our culture.
And SKC, that's the weakness that I was just alluding to. And that's why I don't really have a staunch pushback. I don't even take an offense when he calls it what was it, demoralized. It may necessarily have to be true.
I don't know. It's like I don't know. I remember these conversations, and I know that a lot of these people hold people like W.E.B. Du Bois in high esteem, and all of that entire the talented through line. But there's a fatal flaw in the thinking, and I don't think a lot of people have ever approached it, nor do they want to, because a lot of these people pull the strings to a lot of the, as she says, the race talk. But
Right.
as she explains, she's not going to give that race talk excuses to her children at all.
And if you look at how they're kind of sitting around in this nice big room, like this looks like some kind. You could see this room in a family of white wealth, right?
I've never been in a room that big without it being a museum.
This is what I'm saying, and they're talking about Black people do race talk almost the way lawyers talk about their culture of law. Like, my father was a lawyer and he did this and this and that. Like, it seems like a lot of the Black folk at that level, do
they have a Chinese girl playing classical music in the corner for them? Is that how rich they are that they got their own Chinese person to play the piano?
I mean, when you get wealthy enough, you can buy one.
Black people know how to do race talk because it's a necessity in all the parts of our culture. At the upper end of the culture, you're not allowed to use race as an excuse, ever.
Who's policing that?
It's just how you're raised.
Do you think there could possibly be a point where class trumps race?
It already
Because everybody else I've talked to would say it's always race, it's always
No.
race with Trump.
No.
But you would say
No.
that it's possible to get to a point
Absolutely.
where class.
She whiter than I am,
that.
Hood.
It may be
That
expressed
black
in
woman
terms
is
of
whiter
who
than
people
me.
marry.
It is the culture that you grow up.
The way you were brought.
I like how they juxtapose the older woman speaking with the kids sitting down on the couch, silent, behaving.
Hey, the natural order of things.
Could have been two cute white kids. That's how it typically looks, right? You know, the white kids are sitting there being cute, and mommy and daddy are having an interview. At this level of life, of wealth, rather, a lot of things tend to work out the same. And, you know, I forget where I heard this quote, but functional, happy families tend to be functional and happy in a lot of the same ways, but dysfunctional, unhappy families are all uniquely dysfunctional and unhappy. Like, they have a lot of their own unique dysfunctions and problems. And it seems like with this Boulay class, on the one hand, almost as a profession, you have to sell race to the masses and lower class of black folk. But as a practice, you raise your children and you create your social world around people who don't operate like that and who are not limited by that.
Hold on a second, Hood. Are you really sitting here suggesting that the lower echelon, Pookie and Ray Ray, are forcing the upper echelon to sell them racism?
No, the other way around. I'm saying the upper echelon people sell racism to the lower echelon people, one, as a class buffer, and then two, it's a professional niche that they've carved out for themselves.
Correct. They have like fully bought into the mud seal theory. And it wasn't until sitting and talking with said groups that I even knew what the mud seal theory was.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we kind of ended on a relatively profound revelation.
It's not the white people this time.
That makes you happy, doesn't it? That makes you so fucking happy. And it's not the white people this time. Snowman.
Well, that's the thing, Snowman.
Hold on, SKC. I want my ancestral nose bone. All right, don't think I forgot. You niggas.
Well,
Adolf Minion says yes. That's what we wanted.
Well, Snowman. One of the things that it was interesting about that clip is when she went through like her family Hall of Fame thing. One of the parts of it that she was most proud of was stating that their family had wealth before the Civil War.
Literally old money, bro. Like
So
that's a white people thing. Old money.
So
which means she has generational wealth.
So slow that down, Snowman. How did a black family or groups of black families have significant wealth before the Civil War?
Gee, I wonder. I'm sure they own some cotton fields or tobacco fields somewhere. Just saying. And they weren't picking that shit themselves.
Listen, niggas have always been owning and managing other niggas since forever.
Hey, look, dude, that's the problem. Hood, that's the problem that I see that keeps arising is ninjas just don't want to admit that they're colonizers too.
I adhere to my colonizer gene. It is what it is. I'm pro massa.
So I have been trying to get us to own up to it.
So I find it really hilarious, Snowman, when you have said groups of people who will pretty much brainwash the mud seal class that we are your solution. We're your best hope. It's almost like the plantation thing being played out all over again with when you listen to me, I got the inside track on Massa. If it wasn't for me, Massa will really come down on you.
Stephen Legacy still living
it
strong.
reminds me of the Matrix in a lot of ways. When you think about the totality of the Matrix trilogy, not that last one, that was weird and gay, but the Matrix trilogy, you go through all of that.
The Wachowskis are weird and gay now too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
but you go through that whole journey. You go through this whole journey only to find out that the Matrix actually created Zion.
Yep. You know, ironically,
so does that mean that the Matrix actually created itself then?
Well, I'm to kind of track this along with what we're talking about. The Black oppression narrative is actually self-generated by the Black upper class.
Because the Black lower class needs it in order to survive, so they have to have it.
No, the Black upper class
I
want
disagree.
it in order to survive.
I think the Black lower class need to have it in order for that's part of their identity, Hood.
Well, it's now, so you can say that now, yeah, but that's kind of the program. So that was the whole point of the program. Again, you're in Zion, but you've never escaped the Matrix.
So it's amazing, man. A lot of people have stated that Black people have never really had any like mafias or different things, real big ones and stuff like that. But I think that's false. I think the NAACP has been one for quite some time.
Yeah,
more or less. Yeah,
the Nation of Islam is another one.
Well, they're like a lower branch of that same kind of thing, but yeah. And in a lot of ways, the Black Democrat machine politics operates in the same way. So like when you look at Tiffany Henyard, she was accused of basically, which is probably very common, extorting essentially campaign contributions from business owners.
Yeah, that's same thing. Just mafia type activity.
Pay for my protection, or I'm going to come in. I'm gonna rob you.
Yeah,
type of shit.
We'll have a team takeover one of these days, and it'll just be awful.
Yeah, I really do think that they applaud the teen takeover things because they know that a few generations are going to be well taken care of because there's always going to be issues to handle with that.
Steven, that's not me, bro. I'll be the king. I'll be a reluctant king, but somebody got to do it. All right, I will be the king. Steven says Black men are the only group that feels bashful about being colonizers, controllers / masters to lower order ninjas. Well another way. Yeah, good. Finish thought.
Well, I'm just going to say that's because they're trying to Black supremacy under the leadership of women, and that'll never happen.
Man,
I was just gonna follow up with that. That expresses itself most often when I get on these panels, and you see the video I played earlier with the white guy. He's in person with a chick, and the minute she did something crazy, it's like, look, all right, I don't know who the hell you think you are. Don't try to touch me and massage my ego. I don't give a shit about that. I don't even want to touch you if I don't really have to. Like, totally put her in check. Whereas when you get on these panels with these men, it's like the idea of speaking harshly and directly to a woman who was clearly out of pocket. It never occurs to them. And they will explain away all their behavior. And when it comes down to it, these Black men have slave mentality in the face of Black women. Black women low-key have master mentality when it comes to the men. And that's why they're afraid to really be colonizers, because they have slave mentality in the face of their own women.
Well, they're too busy colonizing that box, man.
That's all they can ever colonize. That was me yelling at Sir Ism the other day. Like, what are you about outside of pussy?
Well, what did you say to him? I'm
No, it was.
I've never been a fan of the ism or the what's the other dude, the platinum dude.
Oh yeah, Platinum funny. Platinum funny. I can talk to Platinum though, but Ism, he just wants to make jokes the whole time.
It just seems like their entire worldview centers around
pussy.
Sex. Yeah, and with
their very identity centers around how much pussy they have available to them.
Yeah, so it's so you're coming at a totally different mind frame with such people, because they will equate great grandiose achievements of mankind with getting sexual access to a great degree. It's like that's equivalent to splitting the atom.
Sir, that's just another attribute of a woman that they're doing, because do not women compare how much how much they have access to men who have resources to each other?
In my viewpoint, in the world of such men, they would be given Nobel Prizes.
Oh, let's try this out. We got to wrap this up, but we're kind of doing too much work here. I can't pull away from the desk. Red Illusion says Black social validation has always depended on women because they were historically selectors of mates, unlike Europeans. The patriarchal versus the matriarchal mating dynamic. It reverberates in other parts of your social dynamic as well. The fact that the women are the primary selectors of mates in Black culture, whereas in European culture, it's typically men selecting a mate. It's very patriarchal in that way. That actually does matter. It has effects on other things. And I think you hit something. That was actually a really gold observation there. And this is kind of going back to what I was talking about with matriarchal theory. And I think I've shared some of this with you, SKC. Like, just because in a matriarchy, the women are the primary selectors, it feminizes the men, it masculinizes the women. And I think low key, it actually lowers the IQ.
Well, I've just noticed that, like, if you see all white panels, there might be one mixed white dude up there that might try and simp for women like Sir Ism does, but not the whole panel. You know what I'm saying? You just don't see that shit.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like, and I don't spend as much time in like white red pill panel spaces to really do a comparison, but I don't think there is that phenomenon in white America the way it is in Black America. Like, you'll have a civil war in Black America over simping. I don't know if the white guys do that.
I mean, the only women that have ever been important to me as a child growing up was my mom and my sister. My family. That was it. Other than that, whatever. I didn't care about any of the other bitches out there. They had their own brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Whereas in Black America, we literally have a debate about blanket protection. The Black woman is the most unprotected. Like, a single unmarried woman will be like, I ain't got no protection. Like, duh.
I'm just, I've always wondered on that, Hood, and I don't mean to hold you too long, but let's assume that that's true, just for conversation's sake. And
what do you mean? And to what exactly? The protection?
Yeah, let's say if the women did believe and could prove, with all sorts of facts, that they are the most unprotected, blah 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 blah, wouldn't that mean that their mode of life would be geared towards trying to find a protector?
I don't understand how they're the most unprotected in society when didn't we just lose 300,000 plus Black female federal government workers? I mean, that right there tells you that how can they outnumber everyone else 2-1 when it comes to government jobs and not have no say and this so-called protection that they aren't getting?
Well, that blows it completely out the water. I was just, for conversation's sake, just to play devil's advocate of it. But yeah, but throwing the 300,000 out there, and that definitely proves it. But it also proves something else, Snowman. A government loses 300,000 workers, and it's still running smoothly.
Not a hiccup.
not even a little hiccup at all.
I have this. I was talking about this the other day. It's just a realization, a revelation came across the other day. I was in this building, some government agency, and I noticed so I had to go to the child support office to dig up some information. I told you guys I got a side quest I'm working on, and so I had to dig up some information. And while I'm in there, I'm just I can't help but to notice every time, so the security guard is just, random regular hood niggas and a couple of chicks, but mostly dudes. And then the staff is just mostly women in there. And then a lot of these government offices kind of look like that, like the DMV and stuff. And it just, a lot of this feels like make work jobs. Like, you are not in a position where you're producing or constructing anything of value. You're not providing an actual service to the broader economy. These are literally make work jobs and
busy work to keep you out everyone's hair.
Not only that, but busy work to keep everyone indebted and entangled with the government.
That.
And that, when I started to think about it that way, it's like, I don't like any of you people anymore. Like, it just washed over me like a bucket of cold water, bro. I was just like, I don't like
it. You ever noticed when you go to the child support office that the only male that's there generally is the lawyer?
Damn.
The receptionist dude. That's the one dude I noticed. He was some guy, like the first guy you talked
Dude, I've never even seen a receptionist dude. It's always been bitches.
Me either.
Well, this is New York City. Things are a lot more complicated in New York City.
Well, so was he a gondo? That one that sat at the reception desk? I mean, that might have been.
Nah, he's just an old black guy. Like, a lot of the black folk I noticed that work in that place, they're just like regular, like nothing really remarkable about them. They're just typically overweight corporate office government employee people.
Dude, this how fucked up it was where I was put in child support. I had the same child support caseworker my dad had when he didn't pay his child support. Tell me that ain't a conflict of interest.
Damn, that's generational. Damn.
It's definitely it's its whole thing. It's its whole thing. But hey, listen. I gotta wrap this up. We kind of went into a lot of profound areas here today, but yeah, accountability seems to be right on the horizon.
So, are you saying real quick, is accountability what makes black crack?
We shall see. We shall see. I think it's actually the thing we need.
Mr. Angry Snowman, black does not crack, but does expand.
I don't know. I think this accountability is doing nasty work to the black don't crack theory.
I think what SKC mentioned earlier with natural selection, natural predator theory, I think it's something like that. Liberalism is something we've been talking about a lot lately, and I think we've gone so liberal that we've become unproductive, and I think we need to add a little rigid authoritarianism to get back on track. We got to get the trains running on time, get the homeless off the street, teach the kids how to read and write and do arithmetic and all that. And if that means you got to crack some knuckles with rulers, then so be it.
I wish there was a way that GDP could be tracked to the individual.
It can be.
Yeah, I think the GDP conversation is largely like off track, because that's another one of those things we've been talking about on the right wing. Numbers on the graph go up, like GDP goes up. What does that really mean? Like, there was even a joke about this. Like, all right, I loan you. No. What was the joke? All right, so it's two guys, and one guy says to the other guy, "Hey, listen, I'll give you $100 to eat that piece of shit over there." And the guy says, all right, you know what? Give me $2,000 and I'll do it. And the guy gives him $2,000 and the guy eats it. And the guy takes that same $2,000 and says, if you give me, it says, if I give you this $2,000, will you eat a piece of shit? And the guy says, for $2,000? Yeah, sure. And so now the other guy ate the piece of shit. And so at the end of it, no money has really gone anywhere. Both guys have eaten some shit, but they increased the GDP by $4,000.
Yeah, I get that, and I guess the better way to put it is, I wish productivity could be tracked by the individual.
He wants gross personal production.
Yeah, I wish there was like some sort of measurement that could be put to the person, but then that almost sounds,
I thought they used to do that when they gave you points for how many. I thought they get that measurement was like how many points you got every year that you worked through the Social Security office.
I guess there is a way to track that. That's already in place, right? But yeah, that's Casey. I gotta wrap this up. I gotta start getting ready. I'm pushing it too close to the clock. This has been an interesting conversation, though. This accountability thing. I suspect we're gonna come back to this. This is gonna grow. This conversation is gonna come around the manosphere. If this Georgia thing really does, if it's really in effect, sooner or later we're gonna have to come back to this. So thank you guys for listening. Shout out to all the supporters today. Thank y'all so much for the support. Appreciate all the donations. Thank y'all so much.
Give me the money for all I would do. Give me the money.
Come on, share your dollar. Give me your dollar. Share your dollar with me. Come on.
But it is done. We got to go. Shout out to Mr. O. Shout out to Mr. O's audience. Drop a like. Somebody give Mr. O some money too. God damn it. We got to get up out of here though. Have a great day. I will catch y'all later. Big facts, man. Y'all take
Aspiring to be patriarchs like what white men have, that isn't freedom. That isn't going to help anybody. It's certainly not going to help black people.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.